Alrighty then. Couple of things.
I'm not supposed to talk, but I would clap if I could. You know, just,
A couple of things from last session. Another deep dive into familiars, and this time whether or not you can occupy your own familiar space or the familiars, an ally's familiar space. And basically, I was getting two things confused, which is why I was finding it really confusing when I was looking it up. But basically, you can always move through an ally's space, obviously, and if you're 2 sizes smaller than another creature, you can move through their space even if they're an enemy. But you can still never willingly end your movement in the space of another creature, unless you have like a feature that lets you do that. So yeah, you can't occupy the same space as a familiar. And I also just wanted to remind everyone that you can't move across corners of walls by design, which is why like when you try to do that in game, it'll often like stop you from doing it. You know, like if you're here and you try to like move across the corner. Oh, for some reason that well, I don't know. There's been an update recently, or maybe something to do with how I've built this room. But anyway, yeah, can't move across corners by walls. Corners of walls. Off to a good start. Okay, is everyone ready?
Sure.
All right. In the story so far, after witnessing the disappearance of Elturel, you came to Baldur's Gate to save a group of survivors and search for those responsible. Believing the perpetrators to be worshippers of the Dead Three, you soon learned the Flaming Fist were being overwhelmed by cultists from the same group, and accepted deputization so that you could access the city and hunt them down. Captain Zodge of the Flaming Fist also asked you to investigate the influx of a new drug known as Sunshine, which, as it turned out, was being brought into Baldur's Gate by Kenzei's brother, Kindness Rodihara, aka the Cold Man. After tracking the Cold Man down to a warehouse in the lower city, Kenzei rejected his offer of allegiance to the archdevils Levistus and Bel, and instead you killed his imps and forced him to flee, burning the place down and taking the remaining drugs to Zodge for a reward. Then you worked your way up through the ranks of Dead Three cultists until you discovered they were actually being employed by members of a different cult again, worshippers of Zariel, the Archduke of Avernus in the Nine Hells. At the head of this higher cult was another duke, Thalamra van Thampa, one of the city's Council of Four. After killing her in her home in the upper city, along with Zariel's barbed devil emissary, you learned Thalamra was allied with Thavius Krieg, the High Overseer of Elturel. She and Thavius were attempting to use a sentient shield known as the Shield of the Hidden Lord to influence the Patriarchs somehow and make her the sole ruler of Baldur's Gate, giving her the right to commit it to Zariel in the same way as it turns out Thavius had with Elturel. Long ago, Thavius signed a contract with Zariel condemning it to the Hells, and your new companion, Fallister Fisk, believes that contract may be contained within the magic puzzle box you found in Krieg's quarters. Fallister wants to take this box to his master in Candlekeep, Silvira Savicus, an expert on the Nine Hells who wants to see if she can use it to save Elturel, or at least to prevent other cities in Faerun from suffering the same fate. After that, you fought your way out of Van Thampa Villa and fled, Alina tripping over an old lady you rescued to cover your escape. And now you're back in the lower city, waking up from a much-needed long rest at the Blushing Mermaid. And that about brings us to now.
Lena always gets roasted in these write-ups.
Story of my life.
guys, I have spells now.
So it's
Exciting.
now the beginning of day 6 in Baldur's Gate, and the temperature is getting warmer as the seasons progress further into spring. It's 3 days after the full moon, and no one ate any food yesterday, so you're all famished. Also, Gennaro, when you wake up, you're not feeling so good. You feel like you're more than just hungry for food. The drugs in your backpack are calling to you, and thoughts start popping into your head about whether you might be able to get away with another little hit before breakfast. What do you do?
For some reason my token isn't coming up. Well, I got to roll my Constitution save, right?
You've got 1 hour to take another full dose. If we say that you kind of just woke up now at 5. Are you able to see your character in the play characters folder?
Just when I click, I see the bag of holding mage hand when I click on that, but I don't see my player characters. That's my fault. I got it.
Okay, cool. What were you going to ask, Angela?
Is there a map at the moment in their basement, or that's
We're just in
the logo? Right.
Yeah, we're just theater of the mind.
Okay.
Rather than try to kind of move around in those little
easy
passageways.
While waking up after that long rest, Marcus definitely wants to have a chat to Kenzei and even Fisk, because it's been playing on his mind. He picked up that map from VDT of that childhood's map, and he wanted to get Kenzei's opinion and ask him if that triggers. Does he know anything about this area? So can I show that map on the screen?
Hold on, let me see. It's strange. I've run an update and installed some new modules and things. It's a little bit different, and not all of it's working properly. Just so you know, did that show the image?
No, I can't see an image.
Okay. Interesting.
If you look up in the handouts, you can look up the map of the Cloakwood Peninsula. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, it's in level 4 handouts. You can have a look at it yourself.
Okay.
But it's annoying that I can't show a handout at the moment, but anyway.
Yeah, I would like to ask because Kenzei's, he's familiar with the area and like sailing around and so forth, and if he recognizes this peninsula, if that has any meaning or links, or like if he has any information about it.
So you come to Kenway's, he's just getting up, and it's like you just kind of hear him just groan, like, why does it feel like I've been in a month-long battle? Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, everything's sore.
I pour a morning a breakfast wine for him. I greet him with a breakfast wine.
I'll take what I can get. Thank you. Alright.
I'll even ask, is Fisk with us as well?
Yes. Yeah, he's
I'll even ask
he's just waking
Fisk
up in one of the rooms.
Oh, okay.
Kind of comes in, rubbing his eyes.
Yeah.
Good morning.
And morning, Mr. Fisk. I know you've traveled these roads, and you're from Candlekeep. Would you happen to know anything about this peninsula? And I'll show him the map of the one that we picked up from.
He takes the map from you and kind of scrutinizes it and scratches his head. I don't know much about this area. I cannot say. It seems, as far as I know, to be mostly barren and unpopulated. I, of course, have stayed at the Friendly Army and on my travels between Candlekeep and Baldur's Gate, but I have never gone to this peninsula. Although I do know that the Cloakwood is quite a dangerous, mysterious place, known for being full of fell creatures and fey and all kinds of dangers. But that is all I can tell you.
Okay. I think I'll also offer Fisk a breakfast wine if he's interested as well.
A breakfast wine?
Yeah.
No, thank you. I believe I should wait until a little bit later in the day. It is still only 5 bells. It will upset my stomach, but I appreciate the offer.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
But yeah, Gennaro will hold off and wait till everyone's ready to go before he considers that he's just going to be very like gravelly and just like dry mouth, that sort of thing, and just like looking not so great.
Breakfast time?
I'll just give a curt nod and continue to walk towards it.
I believe Mark has some good recommendations for the breakfast of champions.
Yeah, I definitely need breakfast of champions. Mark will actually go up and I'll just do a quick count and see like how everyone's feeling, like if everyone wants to make their way up, but it looks like everyone's struggling a bit, so he might just go up to the kitchen and order the breakfast of champions to be delivered to the room.
Yeah, this dwarf, male dwarf bartender is just kind of getting started for the day. Right, what can I get you? Breakfast of champions.
That's right. For how big's a party now? 6.
Right, well, probably the most expensive meal. We could make you some kind of meat platter and cheeses and things like that. If that's what you're interested in, we can make a bit of salmon, some mashed peas. That's really popular. Probably cost you about. We charge maybe like a gold piece for the lot. 2 gold pieces, perhaps, if you wanted extra wines and things.
That sounds great. We might hold off on the extra wines, but definitely if you can throw in maybe a garlic bread of sorts.
Right, of course, certainly.
And maybe like we can pack it up in a travel pack on the way out if need be.
All right, that'll be
great.
1 gold and 10 silver. 1 gold and 3 silver.
Thank you.
Just gonna say that conversion, that's 2 gold, sir.
I was thinking about the very expensive special bread that we have in here, but I decided that I've got to save that for some patriarchs that are going to visit.
Honestly, that's how you get you. See, this usually costs us a gold, but for you, kind sir, I'm willing to throw it to you for 10 silver.
That wasn't me that made that one mistake. That was my brain. Sorry about that.
Oh.
That's good. And then Mark will make his way back down to the room and just let everyone know that breakfast is on its way.
Thank you, good Marka.
Did everyone just receive an image of Fallister Fisk?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
I've worked out to just do it in the old way. Cool. Fallister Fisk is standing there when you return. He's very hungry. And he thanks you graciously for buying him some food. And the bartender comes down shortly with also the young lady that works there sometimes. And they kind of bring in these pallets and set them out on the desk and the table for you. Right, well, if there'll be anything else, just let us know. We'll be right upstairs. And they head out again.
Marcus suggests as well, if we are going to head down to the Candlekeep area, that we stop off at the Friendly Arm Inn.
Do you know of this place? Have you been before?
No.
It sounds
But
friendly.
Yeah, JL, I don't think it's actually too friendly.
Well, why would they lie?
That's a good point. And I'll show the rest of the comrades the map, and how on the back it says with the stamp that says Friendly Arm Inn. And no, sorry, that was actually from the letter from
This thing.
Ezekiel. Yeah.
I made it for headed down there, we could take a little pit stop. If anything, if this wants to just kind of like take a day off and just let the friendly arm in while we go conduct our business. I mean,
Indeed, I would be happy to wait at the friendly arm while you go and do whatever it is that you have to do.
Okay, I think that sounds good.
also, while we're having this little powwow, are we totally fine that the Van Damper children are still alive? Are we not concerned about any repercussions that might bring? I don't give a shit.
I think we're
That might be a lot of
concerned.
fun.
I think we're definitely
Okay.
concerned.
Okay. I'm just making sure that I read the room correctly. I suck at that.
These are my important rolls. Beautiful. Nothing's happening. No one has attacked me. That's what I think every time someone rolls anything. It's just like something is happening.
Not that important then.
Am I gonna die?
Maybe just important to you.
You're
I'd have a second
doing a
crack
lot
at
more
that. I
puns
didn't,
lately, and I
didn't pull
really
it
like
off.
that. You should keep it up.
Did we have a clue as to where they went? These VTT children?
They didn't leave us a note or anything, right? That would be very convenient.
No, you can have a look around. You don't find anything other than the shackles and the bit of damage to the floor.
Oh no, I remember now. They went camping.
Yes, it's a nice trip, and they're not against us at all.
Wait, what did you do,
I will
Marco, with 28 gold pieces and 42 silver pieces?
Right? What did I do?
Yeah, it looks like you...
No, I just took 1 gold and 1 silver for the breakfast.
Oh, right. Ah, cool.
Yeah.
1 gold and 3 silver.
Okay.
Ethel shoves breakfast food into her face, but just with her bare hands. No utensils.
Rhea has come in as well. She's kind of sitting in the corner, eating very quietly, keeping to herself, sort of staring off into the distance. And if we say that it takes you probably about an hour to eat your breakfast, then Gennaro, you might want to go ahead and roll that con save for the sunshine.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'll write that.
So the DC is 14.
Is it just con or is it just D20?
Con save. Oh, nice. You managed to fight off the pull of the sunshine drug.
And I immediately start eating more. Appetite goes up just a touch.
Seems that Rhea's off in the corner, just kind of on her little world, and Kenway just full of just inquisitive nature this morning. I was like, so, what are your plans now, seeing that your master seems to be the mastermind between the undoing of Elturel, to a degree?
Ethel's gonna hit Kenway in the back of the head. Just dude.
She you think that you can detect a very minor flinch when you say that, but she kind of politely finishes chewing her bite and then sets her implements down and looks up at you and says, "Well, I believe I would like to also speak with this Silvira Zavicus in Candlekeep. If it is true that this contract in this box might be able to save Elturel or prevent the same fate from occurring to other cities, then I think that is my destiny. It may be that Thavius Krieg is not who I thought he was, but I am still loyal to Elturel." After all, recall the creed.
Right. Okay, now we just gotta smuggle you out of Baldur's Gate.
Michael would like to ask Fisk if by Mr. Fisk, while you're carrying the box, do you think there'll be a target on your head that other people of interest will be after this box?
Well, it is true that anybody who is looking for it might be able to work out that there is a large cube in this Hessian sack that I am carrying. But otherwise, in all seriousness, it is a good question. I do not know the sort of magic power that this might have, or whether there might be devils tracking it, or what. What makes you ask?
No, I was thinking that it might be better if you stick with us, just for some extra muscle. If you head out your own way down to Candle's Keep, other beings or people might be inclined to take advantage of that.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Especially since that one dwarf with the imps kind of like was left alive. Who knows how many of them are floating around, those little invisible little fucks.
He kind of strokes his red-dyed goatee, says, indeed, you make a good point. Now that I think about it, it is a little bit scary. The idea that I might be tracked by devils. Perhaps so what is the plan? Where are you going? Somewhere into danger, perhaps? I am not sure which activity would be more dangerous. But you make a good point. I will perhaps stick with you as long as it is safe to do so.
We'll definitely get you a traveler's pack as well on the way out for your belongings, and hopefully you can secure that into there as well.
Perhaps when we leave, if you would allow me to stop at my home in Little Kalimshan, I can go and get some of my own things. I also have my own crossbow, and then I don't have to carry around Rhea's crossbow. He kind of winks at Rhea. She just sort of ignores him.
Yeah.
Would I actually know that's where that is in Baldur's Gate? Is that actually in Baldur's Gate or outside of Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, you would know that is in the outer city, kind of northeast of Baldur's Gate. It's like a kind of small town in its own right.
Is that where the refugees are?
No, the refugees would be more, where are they? They're in, like, I think it's called Stonywood.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, it's nearby. Those two areas are kind of next to each other, or nearly next to each other, both out the Basilisk Gate, where you came in from originally.
Mm-hmm.
Should probably also stop by there, check to see if anyone's okay. You know, give them the heads up, because we just sort of left them
Yeah.
for almost, a week? It feels like longer, but almost about a week, I think.
Ray looks up
No
again.
word of update or whatever.
If I can get out of the city now, I would definitely like to check on my sister Valerie to see if she's okay.
Right, there's family, man.
What?
Sorry, my brain sporadically recalling information.
I'm gonna ritual cast Find Familiar again, and then also mention I'm now out of components because I've killed my cat so many times, so we should swing by that cool magic shop again.
Yay, shopping episode! Once again.
Shopping! Oh my god. Love
I like how
shopping.
you take responsibility for killing your cat. You're like, I've killed my cat so many times.
I keep sending my cat into danger. It's my
They're gonna
fault.
start calling someone on us.
That
I bring
cat
back the
incident
cat and I'm like, you
calendar.
won't tell anyone, will you? It's a horrible relationship that me and my cat have.
That cat incident calendar's been reset to 0 again, hasn't it? Dayskin's last cat death.
Hello, cat number 387.
Let us know when we get into the thousands. We might have a special celebration going on.
Don't worry, I'll take us into the thousands.
Ah.
No, my cat.
I'll probably ritual cast mine as well.
Cool. Just make sure you both remove the components from your inventories.
Well, there was also word, we were talking about it last night, that we might head to the Flaming Fist to let them know of what's been happening and the plan that VTT had to cause unruly matter.
Maybe they would have some insight as to where these children are as well.
Or they might even put I don't think they have it in their power, but
a price on their head.
like a warning out for their, like, blacklist their names or something.
Yes.
Alright, Flaming Fist, I need you to cancel the Van Thampers. Got it.
Maybe on the way back we can stop at the shops. I also have many a mask I wish to appraise. Wish to be
Stopping
appraised.
episode. So where should we go first? Did we decide? 'Cause the Flaming Fist does feel important because we did kind of just murder Lee.
Yeah, probably good to
Yes.
get them at an early hour.
Get in there quick. Be like, hey, so you guys might hear someone's dead. It's our fault.
But it was for a really good reason.
Yeah, do the in-town stuff first and then take off.
To the fist.
Sounds good. To the fist. Argon.
Okay. Argon.
The goiter. Is this the goiter guy?
Yeah. Not the quarter.
Goiter.
I
All right.
put my little deputy badge really prominently on, like, my now. This will help me because we just murdered someone. This is enough.
Rhea sees you doing this and says, I refuse to hide, and I think we should all be confident in our actions. We did what had to be done. We have
Yeah, but
saved
they don't know
Baldur's
that
Gate.
yet. Yeah, they don't know that yet. That's where we're going.
Well, as you have this discussion, you walk through the lower city, back to this military precinct full of its taverns and fighting dens and rowdy Flaming Fist mercenaries. It's pretty early in the morning, and you are surprised at like how many soldiers are already drinking and carrying on, but it is a little bit quieter than usual. And so you go over to the sea tower of Baldur and the Flaming Fist fortress on the islet, and you see Argon, the tall, bald guard at the wide stone bridge. He's kind of like yawning as you approach, and he says, "Here, good morning, good to see you." And we've been expecting you. This way, please. He leads you across again, clasping his hand over his goiter as before to make sure no one tries to pop it. And you walk under the crenulated gate and through the large rectangular courtyard where the Fist are already training and exercising as before. And this time the guards at the large square keep at the back recognize you as well, and they tell you that Captain Zodge wants to see you in his office this time. And Rhea's with you. They kind of stare at Rhea as if they're like uncertain whether they recognize her, but she sort of keeps her head down a little bit, taking Ethel's advice, although anyone who's gotten to know her a bit kind of knows that she's not happy to sort of hide. But they don't stop you. They let you go in through what looks like a large mess hall, which is currently empty. You think probably these Fist soldiers get up pretty early and they've already had their breakfast. And there are some cooks and things that sound like they're kind of washing dishes and whatnot in the kitchen out the back. And there are some big wooden stairs at the back near this kitchen. And you head up these stairs, you follow Argon up the stairs, and there's this long corridor on the next level up, and you go down this corridor, and you approach this room at the front of the building, basically, and there's an open door there and a couple of guards standing out the front, and they kind of nod to Argon as he shows you in, and you go in, and it's like this large office. There's like a big window overlooking the courtyard. You can hear the sounds of these people training down below. And sure enough, Zodge is there, this lanky human with long black hair and a leather eye patch, and he's sitting at a large desk, and there are several other high-ranking Fists standing around discussing something, and there's like a map of the city on the desk, and you see like a corkboard on one of the walls with like wanted posters and other documents and things. And as you come in, Zodge looks up to you and says, So, you've managed to bring my prisoner back to me, eh?
No, this is actually our prisoner. We're keeping her. Sorry.
I'm pretty certain, based on the description, that's what was her name? He like clicks his fingers.
I don't know who you're talking about, but this is our lady.
Well, she's obviously a hell rider either way. So, what are you telling me? You didn't mean to bring her back in here?
Well, this is
There's nothing more important that we're gonna spill for you. But if you want to go on about trivial matters about who's prisoner of what, please feel free to continue.
He kind of looks at you as you say this, and Rhea says, "Indeed, why don't you just listen to what your deputies have to say before you do anything rash?" He kind of like laughs a bit. He's like, "All right, well, what have you got to say then? Did you find whoever it was that was in charge of the dead 3 cultists and all that?"
Oh yeah, found who was in charge. Figured out what they were trying to do. Oh, you might want to sit down with the chalkboard. We gotta string some stuff up around here.
Good news. The leader is dead. You know, got in a big fight. Leader is dead. Shouldn't be a problem anymore.
Okay, and who was the leader?
I look around at anyone else who wants to say.
Oh, it was the Van Thampers. No one of too important.
The Van Thampers? The Van Thampers is in like Duke Thalamra Van Thamper and her family.
Oui.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Yes,
That was
big
the
three.
one.
And she's dead, you say?
Yes.
Self-defense.
A couple of the Fists kind of like, sort of move off the walls that they're leaning on, and one of them kind of uncomfortably puts a hand on a hilt. He sort of like waves them down. He's like, "To be honest, I have heard a couple of things that make me less surprised about this news than you might have thought that I would be. But have you gotten any proof or something? How did you kill this the Duke?"
She kind of died of her own volition, honestly. The Hellhounds actually started to attack her. It was actually kind of a weird display of, like, of strength. It was just kind of all around shit show.
I don't really mean
She took some
physically,
serious
Hal.
damage to her nose.
We do have the shield and the contract box. Both those things that we found.
What's that? What do you mean? The shield and the what
yes.
now?
The Van Thampas were trying to use this shield, and I gestured to the giant creepy shield. It's just casually been here the whole time. to brainwash everyone here. And then we also have this box. I guess I want, it's hopefully no longer in the bag as I'm talking about the box. Or I'm just gestured to the Hessian sack and and this spot.
Yeah, Fallister sort of looks at you uncomfortably and kind of puts his hand in this sack and draws out this box cautiously, kind of looking around this room of all these people staring at it and staring at the shield.
Which we are taking to an expert to get.
That sounds pretty far-fetched.
Well, you can talk to the shield if you want. I'm sure it can tell you what was going on.
Right. Okay. And what about the Grand Duke, Alder Ravengard? Did you find anything out about him? Or Fabius Krieg, the High Overseer of Elturel?
He was also trying to give over the city.
He was working in cahoots with VTT.
Who?
We have.
Lady Van Thampa.
Oh, right. He kind of sits down as he's sort of putting all this together in his mind. VTT. Interesting.
We also have witnesses. She took captives. There is a business an accountant from the
Head office.
the taxman. Lady Fiona Kuhn.
Yeah, actually, let me just stop you there. It's funny that you should mention that because that's actually the reason why I'm not so surprised to hear this otherwise crazy tale that you're telling me. Lady Satia, Fiona Hune, actually approached us early this morning about, only about half a bell ago. And she wanted to make a complaint, actually. She somewhat corroborates your story. She says that she was being held as a prisoner by Duke Van Thampa. But she says that some adventurers who, fit your description, bloody leg swiped her and in the streets and she fell over and broke her hip. And so she's actually come in here. It partly works in your favour, like I said, but she's also demanding justice. And so I'm not sure what to do about that. She's a patriarch, as you know, very wealthy and influential.
But monsieur, it is a great misunderstanding. She has been captured by this Van Thampa woman. And we have this small misunderstanding where she trips over and then hurts her hip. I'm very sorry about it. But surely you must see the bigger issue here is the Van Thampa.
Well, I agree that is a bigger issue. But, the biggest issue for me and for all of us, really, and the reason why we still want to take this Hell Rider into custody, whether it is Rhea or not, is the question of Grand Duke, Alder Ravengard, and whether or not it was indeed the Elturians who were responsible for his disappearance. Did you say Fabius Krieg had something to do with that, after all?
Can someone? I am fully blanking on who they're talking about.
Technically
just looks around and is like,
he was possessed.
Right.
So, from what I understand, and I understand very little, is that, listen, I've been through a shit show of conflicts with demons, cultists, whatever, so they're all starting to blur together at this point, I'm sorry. From what I understand, the High Overseer, in a pit of desperation to protect his city years ago, I fucking don't recall how long, might have made an arrangement with Zariel? I think that was the bitch. Right? Z, right?
Zariel?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And from that point on, he's sort of been corrupted by that deal, which is in that box that Fisk is holding so, cautiously and, worriedly.
He sort of grins awkwardly.
Yeah, that one. And I guess part of their arrangement was pretty much trying to collect signed orchestrates from this Commonwealth of the citizens of Elturel, and to enact the event that transpired a week and a half ago, 2 weeks now? Oh boy, time flies when you're having fun.
So you're saying that this business again about the same thing happening to Baldur's Gate that happened in Elturel?
Oh yeah, and it was about they're going to try to figure out make a plan to happen here as well. Yeah, trying to kind of like make you look all incompetent fools and trying to have you just get up and leave just from, you know, people hating on you, not paying you, all that other stuff, and trying to get the higher ups, the other dukes, the other lords, whatever, coerced, threatened, whatever.
Hence the chaos that the cultists and the murders on the street were trying to inflict.
Yeah, honestly, we were saving your careers. Honestly.
Well, I do admit that you've certainly been very helpful so far. It seems like these drugs that have been spreading throughout the streets have definitely appeared to have been stymied, and yeah, I mean, look, I'm still going to have to take this Hellrider into custody, and also this one here, he like indicates it at Alina, at least until we find out more about what's actually been going on. And as he says this, Kenzei, you suddenly feel this strange, like almost some kind of energy in the shield that sort of like just suddenly like pulses like and it's almost like you're kind of the only one that's aware of this happening, and you kind of see this sort of energy wave like flow out through the room, and it seems to sort of like focus on Captain Zodge and sort of be absorbed by him a little bit. And I'm just going to cast a spell.
What?
That's actually pretty cool.
Also,
Yeah.
I was about to like knock on the shield and be like, "Hello, hidden lord."
And let me see. Do I have a Captain's Lodge? I don't know if I do, but anyway, I'll use this. Or maybe.
You would just want to use like a veteran DLC, DLC, no stat block. Good
Yeah.
lord, my brain's all over the place.
This'll do. Can't remember what's, yeah. Okay. So, wisdom save. So, as he's kind of like midway through making this statement that he's going to have to take Rhea and Alina into custody, and you see this energy kind of go out through the room and be absorbed into him, he kind of like stops in his tracks and sort of like licks his lips for a moment, and it almost looks like he forgot what he was saying, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, sorry, I lost my train of thought there. It does seem very early in the morning. Look, I feel like since you showed up, you've definitely earned my trust. I'll say that, and I feel like even I could say that we're friends. By now, especially, we've kind of gotten to know each other a bit, and I don't mean to be rude or anything, but it's just that." And as he's saying that, suddenly there's an interruption, and several flaming fist soldiers clad in polished plate armor suddenly come up the stairs behind you and march down the hallway, and from amongst this wall of swords and steel steps a brightly robed and decorated young man with a red feather in his cap. He comes in and hands Zodge a rolled up piece of parchment with an official looking wax seal on it, and Zodge like, "Well, what's this then, eh?" And he has a read of it, kind of cracks open the seal and opens it up and reads it. "Are you serious, mate?" And this guy's like, "Yes, sir. Commander Portier requests an audience with you, as well as all of the members of the adventuring party you employed to look into the Van Thampers." And he's like, well, I mean,
Sausage.
I didn't exactly employ them to look into the Van Thampers. They've just been accusing them now as a matter of fact. And anyway, I didn't think the commander would be in Baldur's Gate for at least another 10 day. I see, sir. Perhaps it's best you discuss these things with the commander, sir. She's waiting for you all in the high hall. Zod just kind of frowns, like, right, and what about the Hell Rider? And the messenger sort of points at something in this letter that Zod is holding. She's to come too, sir, immediately. He's like, right. It turns to all of you. Beg your pardon, my friends. Well, it seems we'll be taking this to the upper city, I guess. Come on, then. And Zod and his officers and the messenger and his entourage sort of surround you and escort you out of the sea tower of Baldur and across the bridge again. And then through this bustling and ever-rowdy sea tower area towards the sea gate, which is just to the north. I'll show you this gate. Go on this, no. Yeah, so you're down in like Sea Tower down in the southwest quarter, and you kind of like head across from the Sea Tower of Baldur and then through Sea Tower and up to the Sea Gate. And the Sea Gate is one of the 4 Patriarch gates, which are like smaller gates, generally not accessible to the public. Kenzei and Marker, you'd know these basically exist to give Patriarchs convenient access from their homes, so they can quickly address their lower city business concerns and such, and then head back with minimal fuss. And the Sea Gate's much more ornately decorated than the Baldur's Gate. There's like statues and flowered vines and whatnot, and it also has a larger watch presence, but since you're being escorted through, the watch, just salute and observe you as you march by. And head into the upper city.
Can I offer a little something before we go?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and get the group to pose for a photo for Mako to draw of us all pretending to swim through the sea grate. Like standing, like arms overhead, like we're all doing a front crawl through it. And I'm just going to try and convince the group.
I think at this point, I think at this point that this kind of entourage wouldn't be willing to stop to give Marker enough time to draw.
Fair enough.
Such an image. He could, I don't know.
Mental photo.
Yeah, it's up to you, Marker, whether you feel that you could kind of take this into your mind and reproduce it later.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to take a snapshot of the, just our party, not the soldiers, and the Sea Gate, keeping things in mind. To whip up something later on.
Cool, so you come up through Manor-born, which is the main residential sector of the upper city, and here you see probably some of the grandest and most palatial residences that you've ever seen. Multi-story buildings with climbing gardens and fountain courtyards and clusters of fruit trees. As you saw when you came to the upper city previously, the streets are very clean, and it's also less packed with people than Sea Tower was only a moment before, but you do see some of these same top hat and coat-tailed snobs that you saw before, but they just get out of the way as the fist leads you past. And you're led up through the Temples district again, so you actually pass by Van Thamper Villa. And as you do, you see actually that the gates to Van Thamper Villa are all open. And you can see through all the way to the front door of the building itself, and actually it looks like there are members of the Watch and the Flaming Fist sort of standing around in the guards, and you even think you can see them questioning the stable master just inside the front foyer. But you don't have time to take a closer look, and it's only a little bit north of the villa that is the High Hall. And the High Hall is like this big, it's kind of like a mini keep. It's this big, like, walled-off area with, like, watchtowers made out of big grey stones. And there's a another gate with like a big iron grill that is kind of lifted up, and you walk with this entourage through here, and you enter this courtyard. There's like a couple of buildings in here with like blue tiled roofs and a bunch of domes, and several different buildings. But there's one main building, and you kind of cross through this courtyard and head into this main building, and inside this main building, you kind of enter into this very large hall. You sort of come in from the back, it seems. As you walk in, there's like all of these like benches, like kind of pews lined up. And there's several rows of these things, and you kind of walk through here and then into this like large open area. And there's a big, on the other end, like this big judge's bench, like a raised podium with a couple of smaller platforms on either side of it. It looks like this would be where like trials and things are held. And there's like several other doors in the room and a staircase kind of leading up to some higher levels. But there's a couple of people standing in this room sort of before this judge's bench. And one of them in particular is this heavily armored woman. And you can see as you approach, she's got this very stern face and thin lips, and she's wearing a white cloak, and she's got brown hair with a grey fringe. And she's having a discussion with an elderly man who's like dressed in a white and red toga, and carrying like a gold-topped cane. He looks like some sort of officiant. And he leaves as you show up. He kind of nods to this woman. And heads out through one of these side doors. And I've got a handout for what this lady looks like. Where am I? She looks like this. And as you come in, she and this elderly man kind of leaves her side. She turns to see you all. She says, Captain Zodge, thank you for coming in such short notice. And Zodge salutes respectfully. Commander Portier, I was told you wouldn't be in the gate for at least another 10 day. And Commander Portier says, yes, that's what I wanted you all to think. And she kind of gives him a cocky smile and turns to the rest of you and says, and you must be our adventurers. You maniacs have stirred up practically every nest of rats and vipers in this godforsaken city. I thought I'd best meet you in person to give you my gratitude. I trust you've been adequately compensated.
What's your definition of action?
Marka thanks her for her time in audience and a slight bow towards Commander.
Well, it was my understanding that you were owed some gold. And Zodge is like, yeah, that's right, we were going to pay them 1,200 gold pieces, but what about my friend, the Hell Rider? And we've got some more questions that we should probably ask her, and we've got this issue with the Lady Satir, Thione Hune. She's like complained about a broken hip or something. She wants compensation. And the commander says, all right. Listen, take 100 gold pieces out of the reward money for her. That should do it. I'm certainly not going to arrest the very people who got to the bottom of both the cultist murderers and the drug problem. We are in their debt, after all. Now, if you don't mind fetching the gold, and Zodge is like, well, it's all the way back in the sea tower. I've just come from there. That's okay. We'll wait here. And he's like, oh, okay then. Kind of salutes her and like leaves the building back the way that he came. She says, so, what can you tell me about the Van Thampers?
Can we sit down for this? It's going to be a long explanation.
Certainly. As she kind of like gestures to these pews. Is pews the right word? I don't think it is. What do you call like, like sort of benches and seats? Like.
No, you're right. I think it's
Right?
like
Yeah, pews are like church ones, like long
yeah,
benches.
it suggests like a church. Hey, benches anyway.
All right, so get this. Believe it or not, hopefully do. Tampers and the. Oh boy. Okay. So. Fuck! I already have to do this already over again. All right. So, just now having this realization of how many times he has to explain this to people.
We could say that
So
you.
the Van Tamper. Well, we could explain this also. We can hurt. It's kind of like this whole charade. If I just explained to the person that's now going to collect their money to her, if we want to do that.
Now,
Along
don't,
with-
don't you wish to roleplay?
I mean, I kind of did. But okay.
Says- no, I'm just joking. Yes, well. So, actually, it doesn't surprise me to hear what you're saying. The gentleman that you saw me with when you entered the room, actually, that's my uncle, Duke Dillard Portier. He had some concerns about the Van Thampers. Apparently, they approached him with bribes. And they also approached Duke Boleyn Stelmane. She's very ill, though. But she admitted this to my uncle, and he's had a suspicion, a growing suspicion, that there was some kind of conspiracy to overthrow Grand Duke Alder Ravengard, and that's the reason I'm here. I'm usually in Chult, but he summoned me to return from Fort Beluarian, and to take command of the Fist. So I currently have a group of Fist and Watch currently investigating the Van Thamper estate, and they've found all kinds of things there. The sewer below, the prison cells, and there's reports from prisoners who were set free by all of you. There's a patriarch, Klim Jazo, and Vendetta Cress, an employee of the Oathun family, and there's Kajil Arunmar, a tax collector, and we also found a woman, a dead sewer maintenance supervisor, Shailene. She was dead in one of these cells, and so there's a lot of evidence indeed to support what you're telling me.
And just to double check, you're not interested in selling the city to hell, right? Just because we're gonna leave you in charge.
She chuckles. Of course not. But I appreciate the joke. No, I take my role here very seriously. I have no interest in damning anyone to the Nine Hells. So the Nine Hells, you say? This is the Van Thampers were in league with devils, with Zariel?
Zariel, who in line had contacts with the Dead Three, who then got a sort of rivalry going with Avernus and his entourage of nitwits, and also stole from the Tiamat, the Cult of the Dragon. Like, there was just a whole shit show we're just uncovering with these people, I swear.
Sounds like it. And is there a danger of Baldur's Gate disappearing as well, you're claiming?
That's kind of what they tried to do, or doing. Was definitely past tense now.
What were you going to say, Marco?
Commander, has there been any sightings of the sons of Lady Van Thamper?
No. Actually, we haven't recovered any of the family members except for the Duke herself. Why? Do you know something about them?
We're just unsure of what they're doing.
Yeah, we kind of tried to take the two. Was the cripple and the middle child of the group, or was it the youngest? I'm trying to remember the lineage of the Van Thampers now.
No, he was the oldest, so we're all confused.
I believe, yes. If I remember correctly, I believe he was the oldest.
Okay, so we tried to take the two younger ones into custody while we tried to go, what's the word I want to use?
Investigate the manor.
Thank you. I was going to say something worse. And when we returned, they were gone.
I see. Well,
Listen, I have a lot of respect for adventurers. When I was in Cholt, actually, I had some adventurers work for me there, and I respect your ability to get things done. So, I urge you to pursue these issues further, of course. If there is any danger to Baldur's Gate or to other cities, you're saying you might go to Candlekeep. Is this what you're suggesting might be a good course of action now?
Pretty much the only lead that we got left, apart from seeing where the hell the sun's disappeared to, but I feel like right now they're on more of the run situation than really of any active duty at this point.
Commander, with your authority, and Marka shows her the deputy badges, is it possible if we could have some more authority around Baldur's Gate?
Yes.
To put an end to this.
Yes, absolutely. What were you looking to do?
Just free passage into the upper city would be great. And then he suggests any other party member if there's anything else that.
Maybe now that we understand a little bit more about what's going on, it would be safe for the refugees to come into the city, especially if the cultist activity is going down.
Yes, I have only just arrived, and some of these matters may take some time looking into. I will certainly pass the word throughout the watch that you are to be allowed into the upper city, although the corruption in Baldur's Gate, I hear, is well, quite frankly running rampant, so I can't guarantee anything, but of course I will pass the word around. As for the refugees, that is a major issue, which I intend to look into very, very soon indeed. It is a priority.
How many refugees came with us? Like, is it a very large amount?
I think it was like I can't remember, like 50 or something?
Yeah, I didn't think it was that, because, like, you know, if it was, like, 1,000 people or something, that's a lot of people to house in your city, but if it's 50...
I think it was like if 50 came with us, but just from the number of people that were over as the refugees over there was like, I thought it was like at least in the triple digits.
Yeah,
so I remember there was like a whole mass of people that the fists were like beating off or something like that.
Yeah. When you showed up, there were like heaps of other refugees who had already showed up, and there were kind of like other waves of refugees behind you, and so yeah, there's like a big refugee problem. Because Baldur's Gate is kind of like one of the only viable destinations from Elturel for like such a large number of refugees, so yeah.
Let's see, refugees, money, possibly promotion.
But listen, if you wish to leave the city and head to Candlekeep, I can provide you with at least a wagon with some horses. That should help you on your journey. If you go to the Citadel and ask at the stables there, I'll send a boy to let them know that you're coming.
That'll be greatly appreciated.
A small, trivial matter, really, but actually no, that's gonna get solved with the gold coins. Never mind. Never mind. I was gonna ask for maybe some like incense or resources to the people that have familiars, but wait, that's gonna get solved with the gold coins anyway.
Yeah, as you say this, Zodge returns. He's visibly sweating. It looks like he's jogged part of the way. Ugh, yeah. He's like carrying like a big bag on his back. He like puts it down and like pulls out this like several like sacks that are making a lot of noise, like chunk, chunk, like puts them down on some of these pews or benches. Just, right, hey, here you go. Fuck. 1,100 gold pieces.
Cool.
Nice, we could go shopping for magic things now. guess we
Commander
just-
as well. Michael was going to ask the commander if we need to contact you. What's the best way to arrange an audience?
Well, to be honest, I don't have my own workstation at the moment, as I've only just returned and I haven't been here for many years. But I should probably, for the time being, be spending a lot of time with my uncle in his office, which is just actually upstairs in this building. If you return here, I'm sure they'll let you in. I'll let them know at the gate that you're welcome to come and see me whenever you need.
Thank you.
If we wish to divide this gold equally among everyone, it would be 183 gold pieces.
Nice.
There's going to be some leftover silver pieces in the middle, but
You said 183.
yes.
What is it, like 0.33 or something?
Yeah, 0.33.
I think I must have worked that out before. There's no way I did that in my head. Yeah, 183.33.
Well,
Those are
this went
gold
way
pieces,
better
right?
than I thought it would.
Oh, heaps. Heaps
I
better
heard
than
that
I
we're
thought
gonna
it
get in
would.
a lot of trouble.
I was just playing around with you guys. You know I love you, all of you. I've really come to feel very affectionate towards you. I didn't mean to scare you.
Joke, Zodge, good joke. You had us going for a minute there.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. It's very strange, but I came to my senses though. That's for sure. And none of you would really. I don't think any of you would really know that he was charmed, except for Kenzei. You wouldn't know he was charmed, but you have a good sense that something happened that came from the shield.
Something happened, but I'm not going to press it at all right now because currently a lot of good things are going, and I don't want to, I'm just going to let it ride for right now. But like in Kenway's mind, it's like best fucking shield ever.
Oh, thank you. Commander
good.
Portier's
Beautiful
like,
partnership.
What was that?
Nothing.
Oh,
I think it was his stomach.
lovely shield, by the way. Very impressive. Where did you get it?
I found it.
I see. Well, one of the perks of being an adventurer, I suppose.
Oh yeah, you find all manner of things.
Although I think you did actually mention that that the shield was being used by the Van Thampers, but I didn't realize that was the shield. I thought perhaps there was several. I'm going to stop speaking now. Sorry, it's been a long journey.
No, it's this. He pulls out like the old Carmen one. No, I'm kidding.
Indeed. Good jest.
We need to stop the place that wasn't friendly.
Oh, that's out of the city.
Gotcha.
That's on the way to Candlekeep, like a mid-stop.
Gotcha.
You want to grab the familiar stuff before we go?
Shopping.
And I think maybe a praise. I think Ethel, you've got that crown. That's probably a good idea to get appraised and work out what's happening with that.
Yeah, we almost got it appraised before, right? I don't remember why I didn't.
I think you felt that it might have some magical properties, or you weren't sure about it, so you kept it.
Gotcha. Okay. But I think we've done some nice spells on it since then. A nice little country line dance, and I think that it's just a cool crown.
And I think, JL, didn't you have an intricate mask
Yes,
as well? I think.
I've got quite a few masks. Just been collecting them.
Remember in the maps handouts, you've got these lower city, outer city, and upper city keys.
I also have boar meat, so, that could be exciting. That's so funny to
Sounds
look through my inventory and be
boring.
like, why did I pick that up?
Actually, I have it too.
Well, yeah, because we found the
Yeah, in the
meat room,
kitchen.
but it's still
Oh,
funny
yeah,
to
that's
scroll
right.
through and be like, magic item, cool thing, boar meat.
I put in there not suitable for. Actually, I think in Ethel's one, you had already like put it in there and written like it might not be suitable for eating. So
Yeah. Because I think we had multiple similar things, and one of them was gross or something like that. And I was like, I'm not gonna leave this up to my memory.
yeah, you also got some things from the kitchen. I think like some rations. I know Jean Lemore got a bunch of spices.
Oh yeah. Spice that boar meat.
You've got 20 herbs and spice jars.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I do have a lot of things to do, so if there won't be anything else.
We're going to make a few trips around Baldur's Gate, and then we're going to depart to Candlekeep and finish some business along the way. Just make it a whole worthwhile trip.
Excellent. I do hope that you're able to find out more about the situation, and I'm glad that you've stopped the imminent threat that there was to Baldur's Gate, and I wish you luck on your quest and hope that you can prevent further such threats from arising. As I said, come and see me anytime, and don't forget that you can go to the Citadel and ask there if you wish to have some aid in transport when you go down south. Good day to you all. Thanks again. She kind of stands up
Good day.
and heads off out the door. And actually, Zodge kind of like pursues her. Commander Portier, I've got something I wanted to talk to you about.
That is the first time I think a long time where I actually had a conversation with an authority figure of the law that I actually didn't mind.
We're all proud of you. You did good. You didn't kill anyone.
Just like holds out the gold sacks.
You didn't kill anyone. You didn't get in a fight with anyone. You weren't actively drinking wine during this conversation.
We can see the progress.
Yeah.
Character arc, it's great.
Magic check?
Magic.
Sorcerer.
Or maybe.
Now to spend our wealth.
I was gonna say, well, maybe we should. Do we have some items that we should sell before? Oh, we've got enough money.
Ah, yes. Wait, this is smart. Then I could buy more things. Where did we go before?
Right, Rachel.
The bank and jeweler, the counting house?
Yes. Yeah, that's where you went before. But you're currently in the upper city.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you can't go down there, of course.
All right. Down to that place we go. Forward, march.
Say down to the place we go. Down to that place we were at that one time.
Like I said, I don't know much.
I'm just wondering if there was I'm looking for like a fancy upper city jewelry shop. Maybe I
Yeah, I was just thinking that as well. Oh, actually, did we take those tapestries? I think we had to make out. There is.
We have some tapestries.
I think we've got a fair quite of
I have
tapestries.
stolen a bunch, yeah.
Nerp.
There's a dealer of
yeah,
fine
we did.
carpets and wall hangings.
Like it was made.
Rugs and tapestry. It was.
It was made for this purpose.
It's a very old city.
Tapestry
So-
shop.
Run to any shop that can be able to take any of our goods that we just, picked up along the way for extra coin, and then we'll go shopping.
All right. So is that what you want to do? You want to go to the wide?
Snurp.
I love the name Snurp.
All right, so you leave the high hall, and actually the messenger is still standing around on the streets with some of these guards, and he says, I'm here to escort you back to the lower city. We can make sure that you can get there without being hassled.
Could we stop somewhere on the way?
Oh, of course. Where did you want to go?
Snurps.
Snaps.
How many of the guards chuckle with that name?
Can't say I've heard of it. But anyway, if you want to look around the upper city, feel free to come back here at any time. Well, I'll take you down to the lower city. All right, so
I
you
love this guy.
so you
I'm
head
gonna
up.
make him talk a lot.
Oh, please don't. It's painful. So you head up from the high hall towards the wide, and the wide is the primary market and largest civil space in Baldur's Gate. And as you enter this area, you see shops and street stalls everywhere. Sellers come north of the wall every day at dawn and put out their wares before having to pack up and head back to the lower city at night. Despite the hustle and bustle of wealthy shoppers and barterers, the atmosphere is relatively subdued. It's commonly known that street music and noisy performances are forbidden here, except on rare occasions and holidays when they host grand celebrations. And into these streets, you can kind of have a look around. It's not like the biggest area in the world. There's like a bunch of stuff to look at, but you can fairly easily locate a place that you think may belong to someone called Snurp. And Snurp's Rugs and Tapestries is this terraced brick shop with an open door, long darkwood floorboards, rugs and tapestries, of course, cluttering the floors and walls. And you head in here through this open door, and it's pretty quiet at the moment. There's like somebody at the back having a discussion. It looks like a customer having a discussion with what appears to be a male halfling, very refined looking. Holding an air horn, and he just blows it randomly and then continues trying to sell a rug to this person. Very refined looking halfling with long blonde hair and blonde mutton chops and a gold button vest and maroon overcoat. And this gentleman, this customer that he's talking to, kind of says like, "Thank you, I'll have a think about it," and leaves the shop. This halfling comes over to you and says, "Good day. What can I get you? Would you like perhaps a rug or a tapestry?"
Actually, we have a proposition for you, Master Snurp.
Oh, how did you know my name?
Just a feeling.
I'm just joking. It's probably because of the sign on the front of the shop. It says Snurp's Rug and Tapestries.
Totally not.
It's one of my favorite jokes.
Screen that says they're talking.
So this halfling kind of like looks around you all and frowns. Says, "I don't see any rugs or tapestries."
Jolamore will reach into the bag of holding and pull out each of these tapestries slowly, and he said, We heard you were an excellent appraiser of tapestries, the best in town. Surely you can have a look at these and tell us if how much they are worth.
He says, "Oh, certainly. Please, right this way." He kind of like takes you to the a little bit further back, and there's this large table there, and he kind of rolls out this tapestry. Do you give him all 3 tapestries?
No. I should not give him all 3 tapestries.
Okay.
I will start with... I'll start with the... they're all from the Vampire Villa. Oh, well, I'll just start with the Burning Angels, I guess.
So, Tapestry of Burning Angels, Tapestry of Dragon, Tapestry of Pilgrims. So he takes this tapestry and kind of unrolls it on this big desk and says, lovely, very, very lovely. Kind of like scratches his mutton chops and says, I'd be willing to pay you probably maybe 45 gold pieces for this.
Does he look like he's, I could squeeze a bit more from him?
Give me an insight check.
Ooh, I'm really good at that.
He looks like the type that would haggle. You feel like he seems like so far friendly, but he has an air of confidence about him. Whether that means that he's easy to haggle up or not is not entirely clear.
Surely this is a good price, but this I think is a bit nicer than a 45 gold piece rug. What say you for 70 gold pieces?
Kind of like almost chokes, like 70 gold pieces. My, you'll put me out of business. Says, kind of like looks at it again. He's like, this is a very dangerous looking tapestry, burning angels and everything. People are probably going to be scared of it. Won't want to sell it, buy it from me or anything. Probably because of that. I'm thinking maybe, what if we go with what about 50? I'll do 50 gold pieces. That's as high as I'm willing to go.
Okay, you drive a hard bargain, but 50 will do.
He kind of like digs into this this coin purse that he has like strapped to his belt, and hands you kind of counts out these gold coins on the table. And did you mention there were other ones?
Yes, and I'll just bring out both the dragon and the pilgrims.
Oh, you drive a hard bargain, but 50 will have to do. Anyway, what about the rest of these pieces? Oh lord, here we go again.
He rolls these out as well and kind of has a good look at them. He says, the stitching's not as good on these ones. These look a little bit cheaper. The work's not as good. The artistry is also lesser. I would say probably for each of these, I would do maybe only like maybe 10 gold pieces each.
Oof. No. These look quite just as nice as the other. 50 for each of these.
Plus, I think the dragon and pilgrims will be more popular and easier to sell.
Oui.
Give me a persuasion check, Jean Lemore, with advantage from Marco.
Ooh. He has no chance.
Oh, 26. Says, no, I can't do them for that much. I don't know if I'm Scottish or Irish right now, but anyway, beside the point. Look, I'll maybe do them each for... I'll say 15 gold pieces each, but that's as high as I can go.
No, I was going to say, Marco will tap John Lamore and say, I think that's our time, we'll walk away.
Oh, yeah. Jean-Lamore will start rolling up the rugs and sort of sadly shaking his head like, 15 on. Maybe if you said 20, 25, it could do, but no. Rolls.
Give me a deception check with
Marcus holding
advantage.
the bag of holding open. That's half in.
Did you say deception?
Yeah, give me a deception with advantage because of Marcus' help.
Ooh.
Wait a minute, alright, I could probably go up. You drive a very hard bargain. Oh, there we go, there's me Irish, that's a little bit better. I would say I could only really go as... Alright, I'll go as high as 18 gold pieces each. But that's absolutely as much as I can pay for them. Otherwise, you'll have to take your business elsewhere, I'm sorry.
I don't know, with all the accent changing, I don't know if you're sincere.
Jean-Lamore will pause his rolling, try to look sort of bemused and sort of casually shrug, look at Marka.
I don't have much to eat tonight, but I think it is what it is.
Oh, very well. Here you are the proud new owner of these two beautiful rugs. And I'll hand them over.
Alright, I get you the gold, but that's... I can't buy anything else, I'm afraid. That's basically me. Until I sell some more rugs, I've been wiped out.
Oh.
Very good haggling there. He pulls out another, what's that, 36? 36 gold pieces, hands them over to you. Kind of rolls these rugs up. And I thank you for your business.
Thank you. Have a good day, sir.
And yourself.
Cool.
As Marcus leaving the shop, he says, loud so everyone can hear, oh, what fine tapestries! Oh, what great service! and he winks back to the owner.
He sort of grins happily as you wink at him.
So I'll split the gold at this point, which is 14 gold pieces for everyone. And then I guess is one extra, 2 extra for I guess one for Fisk, one for
We could always just have like a food pot. So every time we like have a little bit extra, we throw it in the food pot, and that's what we use for our meal.
You can put gold and stuff in the bag of holding, of course.
Oh yeah. Well, how about I could. So Marco paid for breakfast. I can give the extra to him, and then we can start our food pot.
That's
That's
okay.
good,
We'll
yeah.
just put in the food pot. It's all good.
Okay. 49.
If we have a night on the town, that's our downtime money.
See if you can put the gold in the bag of holding. I think you should be able to.
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
Is there like a jewelry place in this same area? I don't know if I saw one on the thing.
I don't think I saw one.
Yeah,
in
sometimes
the
I'm
upper
bad at
city.
reading, so it's nice to double check with other people.
There's
What about the Nectar of Gods wine and spirit shop? We've got quite a few bottles of vintage. Might be interested in, or
When my ship disappeared, I got a good like vintage supply of a lot of different things, and that went out or went in the hole. So I'd like to get that supply back up there, you know, depending on what might happen, you know. I don't know how last time we might get into a good situation of it in. So
okay.
I'll say also that you would see probably a couple of like jewelry stores and things, but when you go in there, you find that they're not willing to. They don't trust you, and they're not kind of willing to purchase large amounts of jewelry. They're not like the sorts of shops that will, you know, they're not like pawn shops.
I think our contact back in the lower city was quite good to deal with.
Is it
Plus,
because I am a rat? It is because I am a rat. Oh.
Or is it because I'm a turtle? Because we just look at each other. I'm a turtle.
now, fellas, let's be real. It's because of the horns.
Yeah, I mean, you do encounter like a lot of rude stares, and some of the people in these shops are especially snobby, and you can conclude that it may indeed have something to do with the shell, the fur, and the horns.
We really do make an odd party, don't we? I understand why someone would trust us.
I mean, this motley crew of people walking in the Baldur's Gate, clearing out the vices and the corruption as much as they can, and not still being turned a blind eye to their services. I say it almost strikes a tear to this one poor son, like wiped away a shit ton of gold coins from his fingers and tries to wipe away an invisible tear.
The burden of carrying all this gold.
So should we go pick up our messenger friend? I'm gonna ask him so many questions about his life.
Oh, yes, a good idea. Yes, I can see his voice. I can design a song for his voice, actually. I can see this.
So you're gonna go back to the high hall? When you get there, you find like most of the guards and things have gone, but this young, sort of pimply gentleman with a feather in his cap is like sitting on like a low wall, kind of like, you know, sort of dangling his feet, like kicking his feet, sort of like just whistling, like sees you coming. He's like, "Oh, hi guys."
Hello, sir. Please tell me about your entire life as we make our way back down to the lower city.
And then he proceeds to tell you about his entire life in his very pleasing voice that he has.
But don't you want to roll?
I am role-playing. Anyway, where would you like to go?
The counting house?
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, I'll take you as far as the lower city, and then you can go wherever you please, of course. Sounds like Choose Goose. Choose Goose. Choose Goose. I can't actually really remember. Is that what Choose Goose sounds like?
Has a list.
Sounds
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't he always say, he has like a catchphrase. Anyway, I'm sorry. Okay, so he takes you back to the lower city, which of course has its own music, and you head back into the steeps, I think it is, in order to go to the bank again. And this is like this large kind of almost like barracksy looking building. The boy is none the wiser of my cart of illegal moisturizer.
It is a lot like his, but sorry.
You just hear him saying that for no reason as you say farewell. Like that, like, that is a very odd young man. So you head back to this bank. It is this kind of big barracksy looking building, if you remember, like it's only a couple stories high, but it's renowned for having this big like several levels underneath, and it's impossible to break into. Big kind of vault building, and you head in there. The first floor is like split between this customer service area full of tellers behind a counter, and then there's this large jewelry shop, and you go into the jewelry shop, and again there's this same leathery skinned gold dwarf male named Dunkel Ornix, as you remember, wearing spectacles and has a long white beard and a balding head with a white ponytail. And he's just kind of sitting there, minding his own business this time. The shop's like very quiet, kind of sees you as you come in.
Oh, hello again. I remember you lot.
So,
Yes, I have something I'd like you to take a look at.
I see. Very good.
And I pull out this cool crown.
Wow. That is a cool crown.
Yeah, I say that. I was like, take a peek at this cool crown, please.
I like your lingo, young lady. I strive to be as cool as you.
Phil blushes. She's like, young lady.
Hey, what are you doing after the adventure? You should come back here sometime if you'd like. We could go and perhaps see a play or something. Anyway, sorry. I've been told off before for fraternizing with the guests.
And this is like, I don't mind. That's really you want.
Well,
Kind of
I aspire to be this bold even later in my life.
he hears you. He kind of hears you say this, like perhaps under your breath a bit. He sort of winks and says,
oh, trust me, the older you get, the less reservations you have. I tend to just say what I'm thinking these days. Well, who cares? After all, I'm nearly dead. Anyway,
he looks at this crown.
well, where did you come by this crown? This is a very fine piece indeed.
We found it?
Found it.
I mean, I know that we got it. You know, we sometimes we find things in places, and you know, they're ours now.
He says, okay, I see. I would say,
Pushes these spectacles up his nose. And
I would say this is probably worth somewhere in the area of about 25 gold pieces.
I would say that's a little underwhelming. I feel like the rest of the jewelry I brought was worth significantly more than that. I don't actually remember, guys.
wait, which hold on, which? Wait a minute, maybe hold on. I think I'm looking at the wrong thing because I thought it was worth more than that as well.
I sold all my jewelry, so now I can't tell how much it's worth. But in my mind, it was probably worth a lot.
Wait, so where is this thing?
The bronze dragon crown.
Is it in the bag of holding?
No, it's in my inventory. I've just been holding onto this crown because I kind of thought, this could look cute, you know?
Oh, he says,
Oh, beg your pardon, did I say 25 gold pieces? I I rounded it down. 250 gold pieces is what I meant to say. Sometimes I forget my zeros in my old age.
The decimal point.
Yes, indeed. Where does it go? Left or right? Who's to know?
I think Ethel's just like, I don't know, I'm very attached to this crown. Should we part with it for such a price? I'm trying to just mock Jean Lamore, but doing like a bad job.
No.
Just like, oh no, we have to go.
I'm afraid I'm... He kind of like smiles in a very friendly, almost flirtatious manner at you, Ethel. I appreciate the attempt, but I'm afraid 250 gold pieces is a very large sum of gold, and I'm probably not able to give you any more than that. And anyway, I remember how bad you are at haggling, no offense, so don't even try.
Well, you know, it's always worth a try. How about 275?
251.
253.
He chuckles.
So that's a no to the 253.
I'm very sorry.
I mean, yeah, I'm good at that.
He says, he pulls out this, actually piece of parchment at this point. He says, I should, just because it is quite a large sum of money, if you don't mind, just so I'm protected, from upper management, if you'd signed this contract. And he kind of like turns this piece of paper around and like, dips this quill in some ink and like hands it to you. And you can read this piece of parchment. It says, I hereby pledge that the items I am selling to the Baldur's Gate counting house were legally obtained to the best of my knowledge, that I am their lawful owner, and that I possess the legal right to sell them according to city regulations.
Are the city regulations finders keepers? Because I signed it immediately. So. I don't think finders
None
keepers is
can
a
bypass the oldest law of man, finders keepers.
the only one that Ethel knows. She hasn't kept up with any other law.
Well, officially, of course, theft is illegal.
Yeah, theft is pretty much always illegal.
Well, sometimes you could be forgiven for wandering in Baldur's Gate.
Alright, so how many of there? Oh, sorry, 6?
So, do you sign this
Oh, yeah, I said I signed it immediately.
cursed contract? Contract?
Yeah.
I'm just
Wait a
kidding.
damn minute.
Is
Is there any fine print?
No, it's fine. There's no fine print or anything. No, it's fine. It's just very fine.
That's where they started off with Eltero. It was the brokers. They started out with them.
Oh, I'm just joking with you. There's no problem here. I appreciate it. Here you go. He goes into a drawer behind the counter and like counts out all of these gold pieces and puts them into this to a couple of sacks and hands them to you. 251 gold pieces.
Not even 53. I'm not very good at haggling
Actually,
at all.
I was just gonna say you find when you count it that he's given you 253, and he winks at you.
I wink back.
Oh.
I think this is the second old person that's tried to pick Ethel up.
That's fine.
Does the rest of the party know that there's 2 extra pieces?
I mean, I tell you once we're outside the shop. I'd be like, guys,
Oh,
my haggling skills. They work.
Maybe it is to buy a little extra room at the Blushing Mermaid. Oh, blushing.
Oh.
Blushing.
So
Will
that's
there be anything else?
I don't think I have anything else.
The only thing left I have is weaponry and parchment.
I might ask him if he thinks the masks are of any value, jewelry-wise.
Oh, I also have a golden devil mask. If that's one of the one you're appraising.
Yes,
I'm not sure.
I have steel, golden, wooden.
Cool. So I'm also definitely willing to part with my golden devil mask if it's worth anything.
Okay.
If it's worth less than, if it's not worth very much, it would be fun to keep it to pull pranks. But yeah, if it's worth a lot, it can go.
He has a look at these masks, and then says, I'm very sorry. We can buy jewelry and gems and such, but if you'd like to sell things like this, you probably would want to go, maybe there's a place called Urko's Great Galleria in Little Kalimshan. And they might purchase an art object from you. Also,
I'm sorry, Adrian, but my headset cut out for a second there, but you almost sounded like the Great Diarrhea.
that's right, Urko's Great Diarrhea. I'm sorry, Urko's Great Galleria.
Diarrhea, galleria, okay. All okay.
It's all the same when you're as old as I am.
Phil's just like, don't I know it? Like. So we're good in here? Alright. Basil flirtatiously waves goodbye to this banker man on the way out and splits up all the money she got. So I think it's 42 coins for each of us, and then there's a little bit left over.
Where's your gold?
Okay, but you flirted with him well.
There's one left over, so I'll keep that one.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a beautiful 1 gold.
42.
All right.
I wouldn't mind stopping in Sorcerer's Sundries quickly.
Sorcerer's
Yes,
Sundries.
I do have to stop there.
Okay. Let's just take a break before we do that. I've run out of liquids. So let's take a 5-minute break and then we'll go to Sorcerer's Sundries.
Drink or in your body?
Yeah, just what a slightly uncomfortable way to say that. Like, I get it. Slightly uncomfortable.
I'll leave that up to you to.
I need to refresh myself on subjects of life.
I forgot the character's name, but it reminds me of the guy from The Simpsons, that the teenager that works at the I think the cinemas or one of the quickie marts.
Wait, the squeaky butt guy?
Oh, the guy that's like,
that's a meme guy, yeah.
Sorry, sir. I dropped it in the fire.
Oh,
Don't
yeah,
worry. I'll get it. Oh.
100%. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you head back to the steeps, and actually, as you're heading through this area, and this is this kind of very hilly area with a lot of markets and things. You notice on your way that you see, more than once, essentially dead bodies lying in the street. Twice. You see one person kind of lying face down behind some medieval dumpsters, and there's a small park, and you see another person who appears to have been sitting with their back to a tree, and they seem to have keeled over and died. You notice this on the way. Do you do anything about it?
Yeah, I'll like to actually have a look. Marco will be intrigued, just to see how they died. If it was from a fight, natural causes, or is it Devil's Dust, also known as?
Yeah, Sunshine, also known as Devil's Yoke, and
Devil's Yoke.
Devil's. It might be Devil's Dust as well. I forget all the names.
No, Devil's Dust was that spell.
Do you have some?
Yeah. The very well used spell that
What
I
do we got?
did.
Oh, Devil's Gold, Devil's Yoke, Gold Dust, Sand, and yeah.
Good shit.
Yes, you find without a medicine check or anything that when you look at them, they appear. Both of them have very yellowy veins and like all in their eyes and all down their arms, and you can kind of lift up their tunics and they have these yellowy veins all over them. And they appear like malnourished and very withered and, yeah, frail. Malnourished, I mean, of course they're dead, but it looks like they were malnourished before they died.
I'll walk over to one of them and try to rouse them, but really patting them down to see if they have any sunshine on them.
Unfortunately, you find no sunshine on either of them.
Damn it. Nothing we can do.
But,
Is there... Oh,
sorry?
do I see a cart... body cart man on the way or anything?
Yeah, you can, if you kind of stand around for a little bit, you see like another cart pusher sort of like walking by at the top of a cross street, and you can kind of call out to them, and they come and like collect the body, and
Before
do it
they
for
grab them,
free.
I'll just press digitation. Give them a little bit more, a little bit more respect before they die, so, or well, before they're carried away.
Thank you, my lord.
He's alive!
And yeah, there's not really much else to be seen there, but you head over to Sorceress Sundries, and all of a sudden the music in your life makes sense again, and you go into this tall circular stone tower with a dome that sparkles in the sun, and inside there's these white walls covered in pulsing ward runes, and this stained glass dome that's like casting rainbow patterns on the walls, and all these open floors above full of bookcases and pot plants. And yeah, the ground floor is this big empty space with this large desk on it and this sort of lectern next to it, and sure enough, Rivelin Blackhand is sitting there, this grey-haired human man with glasses and a blue robe, and you notice his withered right hand that's kind of resting on the desk, and as before, he's sitting there reading a book, but he welcomes you in as you enter. Oh, welcome back, adventurers.
I actually am reading through this and I want to double check this. I was looking at a parry apt of wound closure, but I'm not sure if it would work for like ODing. So because it says your turn, so it would technically be like in combat only. I'm basically buying a naloxone kit, is what I was telling Maka.
Let me have a look. Usually, like, your turn would kind of, your turns sort of continue, like, out of combat in a way. Let me have a look. I'm trying to Google it, and my internet is pretty slow. Periaptive wound closure.
So when you like OD, does that mean like when you get to the 6th level of exhaustion?
Yes.
Yeah.
That will not work technically because at that point you just die. It's not dying, you just die.
Yeah. Technically, there is no like way to OD. I just think it's kind of flavorful to that. Basically, all my items are slowly around my drug addiction.
So fun.
I got the glasses. I got my naloxone.
I love the glasses. I almost want a pair. All the items I want to buy are just so stupid. Like, I like the other glasses, like the ones of minute seeing or something. Like, ooh, and these tiny things look closer. Why do I always spend my gold on that?
Yeah,
But
I'm going to
no,
say with this periapt that you feel that if you died of just extreme exhaustion, that this wouldn't. You have a feeling from the way that Rivlin explains what it does to you that this might not be what you need in that case.
Okay, does anyone else want anything while I mull this over?
I would like to buy 5 fine familiar things. That seems like a pretty decent amount. I can't kill my cat that many times, right, guys?
Place your bets. How many cats do you think will die in the making of this campaign?
It's one cat over and over again, so.
I was just about to say, you're saying today, or?
Let's
Oh,
go
of
easy on
course.
ourselves. Let's say a week.
We have as many of those components as you need, practically.
And then I would like to buy the gloves of missile catching, whatever they're technically called. I don't know what the gloves of missile snaring.
Oh yes, gloves that let you catch arrows and bolts and other things that might be shot at you. I will do those for 120 gold pieces.
How about 115? Guys, I've learned to ask. And you say no, it's okay.
Give me a persuasion check.
This just goes so badly, like every time.
Oh, wow.
Whoa!
Oh, it went really well. I asked for 115. I only asked for 5 up.
I'll tell you what. I'd be willing to do them for 110 gold pieces even, seeing as you've really brightened up my day coming in here. I was so bored before.
I wink at him.
You kind of almost like, you ruffle at his feathers a little bit.
That's so funny.
And he takes note of this. Will there be anything else for any of you?
Marcus steps forward and greets Riverland and said, would you happen to have the Moon Touch Scimitar available?
Moon touched scimitar.
And he turns to Ethel and says, hands off.
Ah, yes.
Rush.
A scimitar that radiates moonlight. I would do that for you, my young turtle friend. Wait, how young are you? I forget what your age is. You're not. I think I've asked before. You're not like.
No, I'm a younger turtle.
My younger turtle. I'll do that for 70 gold pieces.
Sounds great. What about if we could throw in the Ruby of War Mage as well and maybe, work out a deal for that?
Ruby. Let it come up. Hold on. Ah, yes, Ruby of the War Mage. A beautiful ruby. It helps you channel your magic through any weapon, perhaps even a moon-touched scimitar. I would usually sell such a thing for 60 gold pieces. You want to buy them together, you say?
Yes, please.
How much are you offering?
Thanks.
I would do them for 130 gold pieces.
How does 115 gold pieces sound? Since my friends have also lined your pockets quite nice today as well.
Give me a persuasion check. Ah, all of you are so lovely and convincing. I would do these together for perhaps 120 gold pieces.
And
That is
Marcus
my
shakes his
final
head.
offer.
Thank you.
And he takes note of those 2 items. Will there be anything else?
So, I saw a cloak of protection, and I've come to the realization that I am headstrong and will plunge myself into combat whenever I can. Adding a little aid to that might be helpful.
I would sell you a cloak of protection for 430 gold pieces.
Alright, no haggler, deal.
Deal?
Deal.
Wonderful. Yes.
May I have a look at your quiver of Elona?
Of course.
He kind of waves his hands and mutters some arcane words, and this minor illusion of this quiver appears above the lectern. Actually, the only thing is, the quiver of Ilona, I believe, was already sold to Alina. Wasn't
Ooh, I see.
it? The quiver...
I see.
Quiver... Where is it? Wait, wasn't it? I thought it was.
It was.
In that case...
There it is. Yeah. Yeah.
We only stocked one of those, I'm afraid.
Very
It's-
well.
A one-of-a-kind piece, in fact.
Oof. I suppose, may I get 3 of the charlatan's die?
Charlatan's die. Also, we only have one of these die, I'm afraid, but I would sell you the one die that we have for 50 gold pieces.
What about 40? You do not have 3. One is maybe not so useful, but still good.
Give me a persuasion check.
What the hell is that?
Just something
nose
I
starts
heard
bleeding.
once at magic school. Ah, yes, I would happily do a charlatan's die for 40 gold pieces.
Ooh. Thank you very much, sir. You've
My
made
pleasure.
me quite happy.
I will have my assistant grab all of these items if there is nothing else.
Actually, does he have more than one pearl of power? I know Gennaro has one.
I am afraid we only had one of those items.
Cool. Then that's it for me.
Is there a potion of giant strength?
Why, yes. We sell potions of that quality for 50 gold pieces.
I'll give you some boar meat and we can make it 30.
Oh,
I've got some very
unfortunately,
spicy. Very
potions. I'm sorry. Some spiced boar meat, you say?
good. Oh yes.
Unfortunately, potions are sold at a set price. I really cannot budge on the price at all.
Okay. 50 it is.
This does remind me, I want to ask for some potions of healing. But I was wondering, do you have any, like, baby potions of healing? Like, little mini ones?
I am afraid I'm not sure quite what you mean.
If I took a normal potion of healing and, like, split it up into, like, 3 different tiny bottles, would they still work at all?
Ah, I'm afraid not. Unfortunately, the magic of the healing potion requires that you consume the entire pot.
Darn, that was gonna be such a great plan.
Yeah, you should probably be a little bit more descriptive. It sounds like we're attacking a nursery.
No, I just meant it would be nice if we could just like get people up easily. You know, I know we have the good berries, but
It is a good idea. I will get a potion of healing for you, Ethel.
oh, thanks. I will get one for you. So
Oh, actually, I think I already have one. Do I have one, or did I use it?
yeah, I know we used a few down in the.
No, I got one. I got one.
All right.
So just one potion of healing then?
Yeah, I can get.
Oui, oui.
Ah, lovely. Will that be all?
Yes, for me.
I'm good.
Also good.
Okay. So, if nobody wants anything else, he will kind of turn to his assistant, Gilligan, where are you? And this female rock gnome, kind of grumpy, shows up from around the corner. Yes. And he says, here, please fetch me these items from the extra-dimensional pocket dimension. Extra-dimensional pocket dimension? I'm sorry, I think I'm confusing my dimensional speak. From the pocket dimension. You know the one. Gilligan's like, yes, fine. Looks like she's dealt with this kind of forgetfulness a lot. And she she kind of like again like walks away, and you see her kind of cast this spell, and she blinks out of existence, and then returns a moment later. And she's carrying this like box and this bag and kind of like these this scimitar and potions, and kind of like dumps all these things down on the table like fairly unceremoniously, like oh, good, yes, very good, thank you, Gilligan. He's like, Rivlin seems like completely unperturbed by her like shitty attitude. Here you are. Here's your fine familiar components and your gloves of missile snaring. And he proceeds to like list all of these items. And like repeat some of them.
Mark puts his hand on his scimitar to pocket that. Eyeing off Ethel.
And I'll
Ethel's eyeing the scimitar. Just, wait for when you're sleeping, okay? And then steal it. You'll never know who it was.
So I'll have to add like most of these things later. I think I'll have to like make some of them. But Ethel, of course, you can go ahead and add the find familiar components. Are they? Do you have any left? No.
No.
Okay.
I shouldn't have deleted the thing because I knew we were gonna come back later. But
Oh, that's alright. I think I suggested you should anyway. Find familiar components. Should be in there now. 5 of them. And then there was also, which I can give you, the potion of giant strength and the potion of healing. So potion of healing was for Ethel?
Wait, I paid for that, I think. Well, I was
you
planning
did?
on
Okay.
using my money for it.
Okay, cool. I will take it. I will give myself back the money.
Okay. It's like it would be really silly if we both paid 50 gold.
And anyone else, if you want to actually just add the item, the item or items that you've purchased, you can just, in your inventory, hit that add button to the right of the, the section that you want to add it to, weapons or equipment or consumables, and you can just like type in a little thing there.
Okay.
I guess like for all these magic items, I'll definitely go through and like replace them with proper ones, so you probably don't have to bother, but if you want to use them in this particular session, if you plan on getting into a fight.
New loot.
Thank you very much for your business today. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. It's probably like 10 bells by now, I imagine.
Thank you, good sir. Bonne nuit.
On you. He's never heard Rattus before. I assume that's Rattus.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Before we leave the city, could I get some crossbow bolts at the fletchings?
Yes. So the arrowsmith. Yeah, you head back into the lower city. And where is this arrowsmith? I forget.
Heapside.
Bowyer. Yeah. Yeah, you head over to Heapside and find this small wooden shack with an off-white cloth awning supported by wooden poles in the front. And I think some of you have been here before. I remember Alina brought some things. And you find this like old human man in there, kind of like whittling away at some long pieces of wood, which are obviously arrows. And he's this old guy that has like huge tufts of grey hair sticking out of his ears and nose, and he's wearing this floppy brown hat and smoking a pipe. And he welcomes you in and he's happy to sell you anything that you need. There's like crossbows and arrows and bolts and all sorts of things in there.
Okay. Does he have any magical crossbows? And does he have any any bolts?
Oh, well, I'm very sorry. I don't have any of those sorts of things. I'm just a simple bowyer, fletcher, arrowsmith of sorts. Don't know no magic.
Okay. Oh, okay. We'll just need a whole bunch of crossbows, please, sir.
One bunch coming right up. Wait, what do you mean? What's a bunch? Could mean different things to different people.
20.
Alright, he kind of like rummages around in this like wooden bucket. He's got a bunch of these buckets. He kind of like has a look at your crossbow and finds bolts that are the right size for it. And do you have any bolts? Are you completely out of them? Where are they?
I'm out of them.
Completely out of them. Alright. Bolt. Crossbow bolt. Should be at least one. There's 3 of them. Okay, so you buy 20 bolts. And he does that for whatever the price in the PH.
Gold piece? Expensive.
Is that what it is? That sounds right, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Did you already look it up? One gold piece.
Wait, for all 20?
Yes, well, for all 20, of course. It takes me all morning to make that many.
Oh, very good. I will give you 2 gold pieces. Maybe I'll get another 20. Can I get 40?
Yes, of course.
Okay, cool.
Someone's having a party. A street party. Can you hear that? Anyway.
Yeah. I think they're cheering me on for getting bolts.
It is exciting. Everyone else seems very excited.
Ethel is cheering.
Who did we lose? Oh, Kenzie. Kenzie?
Sorry, Discord died.
Oh.
Yeah, just had to restart it. Everything's good.
Cool. All right. So you've got magic items, arrows, fistful of dollars. What do you do next?
Stop by this abode, right? Anything else? Stop by the residence of one Fisk. I think is what's next.
Oh yeah. Yes, that would be out in when we are ready to leave, in the outer city in Little Kalimshan.
Ah, yes. I can also go to Urko's. Great diarrhea.
Oh yeah, that place. That's right.
Is there anything we should do about Mortlock at all? Any note we can leave somewhere? Just being like, hope you're doing well, and remember your brother is a dick. You know?
You know, we have his little troll doll.
Oh right, that was a. Forgot
We
about
can
that.
leave that as a message.
A nice message though. I still think Mortlock. Just be like, hi, remember us? We have a cool cat.
I think there's some like half-finished tattoos as well.
Oh, right, that is true.
Fair enough, yeah.
I had that in mind. Don't worry. That's all good though.
You sure you don't want to go to Pleasure and Pain Tattoo?
This is Mork just like happens to be walking by at this point.
I recognize you from before. You should come and get your half shell finished.
I love to. Mark looks over Gennaro.
Ah, Gennaro,
Find
since
his
you come
level,
last
but,
time, we
like-
has been making a great profit with your tattoo contraption. We cannot thank you enough for this mechanism. Would you like more work done on your stick and pack? We will do it for free for you.
Ooh.
And Mocha, we will do it for very low cost, like maybe 80 silver pieces, my bro. Is that alright?
Mad brew.
It will probably take the rest of the day, but I can get help from Breck. Actually, his full name is Calvin Breck Mernig, aka Skin Pinchy Squincher, aka Tickle Fingers.
Sounds
We are-
great. I think we're a bit short for time.
Yeah, we will definitely be back, and keep those coupons.
Okay, whenever you would like to come, we are happy to finish the stick and packs for you.
Soon, very
See
soon.
you later. Just remember my name is Mork. Mork Bumberduckle Slimmery Glumper, aka Poker Sticker.
Mark
I'm sorry, we are
forgot
gnomes. We like to tell you our long names, but usually
Yeah.
people get annoyed. Anyway, I apologize.
Marka actually forgot this, but he can actually speak Gnomish. So he like to respond back in Gnomish to Mork. And he'll just say, thanks very much, Mork. We'll see you soon. We'll send people your way.
Oh, very impressive. I have heard this dialect from the Sword Coast. Unfortunately, it is very hard for me to understand because I'm from South Kitasheka, quite a long way away, but I am still very, very impressed. Yes, indeed. I have to go and tell Sortred his full name, Namfuldel, Garblinkle, Smidshot, Mud Timbers Torren, but he prefers Sot. He's trying to fit in. I wrote all of these earlier on and I really wanted to say them. What? Sorry, I'm talking to my invisible friend. Alright, good day, good luck on your quest.
Good day, tattoo guy.
Player character was the gnome that played. That's name was Namfoodle too. So that's just
Namfoodle. Yeah, I think I got Namfoodle from the PHP or something. Somewhere.
It's an actual name. Interesting.
Because gnomes have these like they enjoy these very long, silly names. And so like, because I just wanted to say like names that sounded like mildly Soth Ketishek and And then later I was like, they really should have gnomish names.
I also enjoy long, silly names, so this was good.
Who doesn't?
I'm gonna change my name to something truly ridiculously long.
You can call yourself whatever you want. That is the gnomish way. Alright, goodbye for real this time. Good luck.
Jumps up in the air and kicks his heels and runs off.
What an adorable little man.
That's a guy who loves his job.
Guys, I was gonna get a tattoo of a scimitar, but maybe we don't have time.
Monsieur Frisk, what do you think? Should we head to your home?
Yes, if it is time to leave, we can go there now. I will show you the way. We can also pick up a cart if you remember. We were told we could go to the Citadel.
That sounds good.
But otherwise, I know the way. It is not. It is maybe 2 or 3 days to get to the Friendly Arm Inn, if that is where you would like to go. These like revelers pass by on the street.
We also have to stop and talk to the refugees for Araya.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Also, just to do a little check-in, see how they're doing. Let them know that hopefully the city isn't about to go to hell.
If we are on our way to Worms Crossing and south towards Candlekeep, I can head over to see my sister and the other refugees, if you like, and meet you at the crossing. If that would save time while you go to Little Calimshan.
That sounds good. You can reassure them.
I certainly would like to say goodbye to Valerie. I hope she understands.
Not bye-bye, just see you later on.
I hope so.
Ominous foreshadowing here.
Yeah. It's like, bye, Raya. See you very soon. Oh, no.
So where do you go?
Let's
Go pick
drive
up
by
the
first.
carriage. Free carriage.
Oh yeah, let's go pick up the that.
Okay. So you head into the upper city via Baldur's Gate, the Baldur's Gate gate, and the guards, they recognize you. It seems like by this stage of the day, they've received word not to hassle you, and they keep to that at least for the moment, and so they let you go up into the upper city. And man, there are a lot of revelers passing by. I don't know if that's
Dude,
coming
I
through
got
my
some too.
microphone. Is today a special day of some kind? Special night? I guess
For
it's
me,
just
it's
Friday.
Friday on a college campus, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it?
Queen related?
Oh yeah, Queen related. In America? Maybe.
It's very celebratory.
Yeah, they're celebrating.
I mean, it's the Republic, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So, alright, so yeah, you head up here and into the Citadel. Where's the Citadel? It's in the kind of like northwest part. Where am I? Yeah, so like kind of to the left of the High Hall, just above the temples district. This northern part of the upper city is dominated by the Watch Citadel, where the Watch conducts training and maintains its barracks and keeps a few jail cells. Besides the Citadel building itself, the area also includes some shops and houses that belong to the few non-patriarch residents of the upper city. Typically Watch officers or wealthy merchants and scholars who live in comparatively less palatial abodes than the patriarchs, though they're still impressive enough. Kenzei and Marka can tell the rest of you that the Watch maintains a small cavalry, nominally for defense and crowd control, but primarily for parades, honor escorts, and other ceremonial functions. And that's the reason the city maintains this stable. It's actually the only stable within the city's walls, and they're the only ones who can have animals taller than peacocks. And so you head over to these stables, and they recognize you. They've been given descriptions, and you can easily acquire this cart with a couple of horses, and it's a large enough cart to house well, all of you but you need to kind of put some people on the top. Maybe one or two of you would kind of need to take turns walking or riding one of the horses, perhaps. It's like big enough, but there's maybe a bit of overflow. How many people are there? Like 7, 8 people? Something like that.
I don't mind switching to walking.
Technically speaking, creatures walking with us, I think it is a total of like 9, because there's like Rhea, Fisk, and there's also Clancy too.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
forgot
Clancy.
about Clancy's been along for this whole ride. No one's questioned the skeleton. I guess he's just been well robed. Everyone's like, turtles, devils,
All I so far have been
rats.
on like Rhea and like us being like standing out, and well, there's like Clancy who's obviously cloaked up and kind of like not too like standoffish when everyone else is like a fugitive, a pirate, a bard, a turtle man,
just standing at the
And
back.
a really old lady.
yeah, a really old flirtatious librarian.
Dusty.
But yeah, so you can acquire this cart, and it's for free. And one of the stable people even like thanks you for your service. They've like heard all about it, and they wish you good luck, and send you on your way. And so you can head back to the lower city and towards the exit if there's nothing else that you want to do before leaving.
No, but as we walk near like the 3 old kegs, I ask Maka, who's from the area, is it run by like 3 curmudgeon-y like old women or old men, and like they get into hijinks? Because if so, that's adorable. We have to go there at some point.
Barker just puts his claw to his chin and just ponders that thought.
Is it in the wide? Oh yeah, 3 old kegs. Veterans Inn. You can kind of like peek in the door as you pass and confirm your suspicions.
So is there like 3 old men or 3 old women behind the like bar? Like
yeah, there's like three old women, like different sizes. All sort of like round and almost keg shaped, but like one's really tall, one's really short, and one's like in the middle.
I just poke my head and go, adorable.
And you can, of course, leave via the sea gate as well if you wish to stop for a moment while Marka completes this picture of you. They'll let you through there. They remember you going through only a couple of hours earlier. But you will have to use a piece of parchment or something from your inventory. I'm very strict about this.
I am using that.
As we go around town, we should definitely have like party pictures at every gate. They're mementos.
We've seen the gates, seen all... How many are there? 9, I think?
Is that many, eh?
I can't remember. Something like that. But yeah, after drawing this lovely picture. Give me a performance check, Marker. Are you much of an artist?
Okay.
Or you're more of a map maker, and I guess you'd have some drawing skills from that. What do you reckon?
Yeah. Oh no! Look, he's got. He's. I would say, even though it's not his repertoire, as in like pictures and portraits, that he'll be still, fairly skilled in drawing. Yeah.
You can use advantage if you wish.
Okay. Sorry. What was the role that you asked?
I guess a performance check. Or if you can think of a better check.
I was thinking maybe, I don't know, would sleight of hands be something along those lines? So that not really?
Yeah, maybe. What have we got, like, performance? Yeah, I'll say you can do either sleight of hand or performance.
Okay. Let's see how we go.
At one point while you're drawing, you like slip up and just draw this accidental line like right through the thing, but then you're able to like recover and kind of transform this line into like part of the picture, and it comes out like really beautiful, and it's very impressive.
Nice.
And so after this, you head to exit the city, and again, actually, you see another one of these dead junkies on the way out.
Are we just gonna leave this? I feel bad.
Yes, I feel this have an ongoing problem.
Perhaps as you're watching, another one of these cart pushers actually pulls up and begins to deal with the corpse. And you can see that this person also clearly has these like gold veins and stuff. But you come to the Basilisk Gate, and again you see this crowd of people still like arguing and shouting and like trying to get out and trying to get in to like to their shops outside and just to make deliveries, and you hear people saying like they want to see their family members and stuff, and the Flaming Fist are standing around. They stop you at the gate. Halt! Where do you think you're going? Oh, okay then.
To little Kalimsham.
Well, we're not actually. I don't know if you've been told, but we're not letting anyone out. We've been told that we might be letting people out later on in the week, but we've also been told to wait. But while he's saying this, another fist, a young woman comes over, and she's like, "I recognize them from before. I saw them having a conversation with Zodge when they arrived, and I believe they've also been working for the commander. I think we should let them through." Oh, I see. Very well then. On you go.
Why are you not letting people out?
Well, we were trying to prevent any movements from in out and from out in. We have been for several days. Yes, if you remember, this was part of the issue that you encountered when you arrived here.
That's right.
It wasn't just people coming in; it was people going out as well.
That's right.
Yes,
Sorry.
we didn't. There was some concern that. No, that's all right. I actually don't know how I remember. There was some concern that some of the craziness from inside would cause people to leave, and it would affect the economy negatively and some such. I don't really claim to understand these things. But anyway, farewell on your travels, wherever it is that you may be going. So you can...
Insane, sir. Has Amric, Van Thamper, or Mortlock been up this gate?
Amric, Van Thamper, Mortlock. What do they look like?
Big, lumbering through,
My
other
dad
one
this guy
skinny,
fell to
head
Amric. And I'm just like this.
Ah, I see. Haven't seen anyone like that, I'm afraid. Very good trick. So you pass through this Basilisk Gate, and at this point, you head out into the outer city. Rhea tells you that she'll meet up with you again near Worms Crossing, as she promised, and she heads off to see her sister Valerie and the other refugees. Fallister leads you through this area called Stony Eyes, which is the area immediately beyond the gate. It's still full of refugees and merchants and peasants coming to sell goods, and the street stalls everywhere, and tents and shacks, and some larger structures, and people pushing past each other and squabbling over the price of vegetables or dubious-looking meats being sold from street-side carts. And you pass into this next suburb, which Marka and Kenzei would know is called Nor Chapel. This is like a much quieter Audi city neighborhood, and Kenzei in particular, you'd know that this area is patrolled heavily by the guild, so that's like Nine Fingers Keen and Associates. The people here appear to have a bit more money than the average peasant, and there's kind of larger structures and houses and more permanent looking shops. And so you head over to the walled community of Little Kalimshan, and Fallister Fisk explains some of the history of the place as you approach. This place was born generations ago when a fleet of Kalashite refugees fleeing war in the south came sailing into Grey Harbor. But rather than open their doors to my ancestors, the people of Baldur's Gate kicked them out through the Basilisk Gate to fend for themselves. The refugees had nowhere else to go, so they banded together and eventually created their own community after the old traditions. We've never quite gotten on since, and outsiders are only allowed into Little Kalimshan for a couple of hours between the late morning and early afternoon. I believe we will make it now, but we don't have too much time, only a couple of hours, I'd say. But yes, you could say we expressed our gratitude for their treatment by building this big wall around the town. It kind of indicates this like huge wall that's surrounding this whole area. But in truth, Kalashite communities are often having these walls, so it is not entirely accurate. But you follow Fallister Fisk in there now, and sure enough, the community is surrounded by this 15-foot tall and 5-foot thick Reckon plaster wall. And inside, the air is thick with spices and incense and cooked meats, and it's even more crowded than it was before. Several of the locals are watching suspiciously from atop the walls, and these walls actually extend into Little Kalimshan as well, dividing it into sort of little mini sub-neighborhoods. But rather than preventing movement, you see people walking along the walls, using them as like pathways. Ladders scale the walls, and colourful bazaars and pavilions extend upwards. So there's even a sort of rooftop town above with upper story shops and stalls and little restaurants and things. And Fisk climbs up into one of these second level dwellings now while you wait for him in the street. And he takes a few minutes, but then he returns, climbing back down with a grin on his face and a short sword and hand crossbow on his waist, and a haversack on his back next to Rhea's heavy crossbow. There's, "Okay, I'm ready. You want to go anywhere in Little Kalimshan? I can take you there before we leave."
Urkos. Do you know of Urkos?
Of course, I can take you there. It is very nearby here.
Excellent.
All right, so he leads you through these streets, and at one point you have to like climb this ladder up onto a wall and then kind of walk along it a little bit and then climb down another ladder on the other side into this other area. But it's not too far, and you come to this square abode, square adobe building. I was looking up how to describe, anyway, a square adobe building, and the front wall of this building is open, and so you can walk in freely past like several supporting pillars finished in clay with like pictures and designs etched into them, and inside the walls are covered in paintings of different styles, statues and other ornamental objects, mirrors and fountains, garden decorations, etc., sort of littering the floor. And the shop appears to be divided into two, with like a front area cut off from a back area by a wall and a door behind the counter. And as you come in, you see a rotund man dressed in loose-fitting brown robes and a turban, and he has a big black moustache emerging. He's emerging from the door carrying a painting of some kind under his arm. He says, welcome, welcome. What can I do for you?
A beautiful morning to you, good sir.
Indeed.
I have some masks that may be of interest here. And I'll pull out one of these golden devil masks. Look how shiny and well formed this is. And I'll hand it over.
Oh, very interesting. He kind of looks at this thing. Is this the... Which one is this?
Golden devil mask.
Yeah, so this thing... yeah, he kind of turns it over in his hand. He says, it looks at me that this is just a wooden mask painted gold.
Darn.
Darn.
But
I
it is...
see.
It is still quite a lovely art piece. What are you offering? What would you like to sell it for? I could consider purchasing it.
20 gold piece.
Oh, no. I was thinking more like 1 silver piece.
I see. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll keep it. Otherwise, how about this one? This is steel mask. This is the steel mask, the visage of Baal.
Steel mask. Yes, he has a look at this one. Baal, you say? Not the most attractive mask to sell, but this one still maybe worth something because it is made out of metal. I'll do for 5 gold pieces.
Okay, it's very difficult to carry around. It is 3 feet high, which is about the same height that I am. Okay.
I can see a spot on the wall here where perhaps I will hang it. It will surprise the customers.
Okay. And then I'll show him 2 wooden masks. The Harlequin mask and the dragon mask.
You really are a mask collector. So, okay, Harlequin mask, was it?
Yes, wooden
And what was the
Harlequin
other?
mask. A wooden dragon mask.
So the dragon mask, let me have a look. What does it say in your inventory? Is this in your inventory or is it in the bag of holding?
Yes, it's in my inventory.
Wooden Harlequin mask, wooden dragon mask.
We've also got the porcelain mask in a bag of holding.
Oh, okay, that's next.
Oh my god, so
I
many.
also have a dragon mask as well.
Well, see, I have one of the golden devil masks, but if it's only 1 silver, I'm keeping it for pranks.
I have 4.
Perhaps I could sell some of these at midwinter for the children to dress up in.
Okay. You can,
Let me see. Wooden Harlequin mask. I would probably do each of these masks for... I will do 1 silver piece as well. These are very finely carved.
I think, yes, you can have the wooden ones, for a silver piece each.
But this porcelain dragon mask, this is a very fine piece. I would do maybe 20 gold pieces for this one.
Ooh. As you say, it's fine.
Quite fine. I've
how
seen a
about-
finer.
I'll throw in a boar meat, a spiced boar meat, and we'll say 23 gold pieces.
How long have you been carrying that around? I can smell it from here.
Oh, but isn't it beautiful? It's a pungent boar smell, very aged to perfection.
Give me a persuasion
For at
check.
least 400 days.
What is it,
It
persuasion?
is on its way to becoming prosciutto.
Oh, shit.
Oh wow.
Wait. Wait, I have a feat. That.
Oh yeah, so it's 15. I was gonna say.
Yes.
I was getting ready to say, you offend me, sir. Just, oh wait.
We cooked.
He's like, you offend me, sir. Then he's like, Actually, now that I think about it, what kind of spices are you putting on that meat? It smells.
Fine.
If you
When's
throw
the
in
herbs?
some of those herbs and spices, I will do 25 gold pieces for the porcelain dragon mask and the spices. Two spices if you have them.
Okay. 2 spices.
Done. Good deal.
Oh no! I deleted my spices. Okay.
I might still have some spices lying around if I saved them. Spice? Herb? No.
That's okay. I'll just put them in.
There we go. I got them.
Okay.
Here's the spices.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Will that be all?
Did someone else have a mask that they wanted to?
I have one, but I'm gonna keep it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that a good deal.
Excellent. Pleasure doing business with you.
Good day, sir. Very good.
Good day.
Good day.
Oh, good day. Like bows.
Okay. I'll leave.
And Fallister says, will there be anything else you would like to do before we leave?
Nope. I think I'm good.
All
I
right.
don't think so. Unless there's like any like really cool place that we have to see around here, like it's like, oh, if you come here, you have to come see this. You know?
Some tourism.
You gotta, yeah.
There is a good, what do you call it? Auditorium. Wait a minute. What do you call it? Yes, the Oasis Theatre. A performance theatre, but it would not be open now, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I don't think we have time for a show. But next time, on our way back.
Alright, well I can show you the way to Worm's Crossing.
Perfect.
Alright, so you continue following this main road, and actually this area map is kind of cool. So you can see like where Stony Eyes is, just sort of in that crest between Dusthawk Hill and the lower city. And you head along that wall, and you're kind of at Little Calamshan, sort of in the middle north part of the map. And you begin heading south, and the main road like leads you through several outer city neighborhoods. Whitkeep is a sort of trendy area full of murals and art shops and street performers, except it also stinks due to having a lot of tanneries. Sow's Foot is a very multicultural area with expatriates from dozens of far-flung nations mingling with all kinds of humanoid species ranging from lizard folk to Sverfnebelin, who are viewed as outsiders by the inner city residents. You guys feel like you fit in really well there. And at one point as you're passing through here, you see an old lady wearing a shawl in the back of a carriage. Who looks in your direction as the carriage passes, just briefly, and for a very brief moment, you think that it looks like somebody you've seen before. A couple of you feel like she looks strangely like Thirstwell Van Thamper, dressed as an old lady. But before you can get a closer look, the wagon disappears into the throng. And shortly after you arrive in Twin Songs, which is built on the north side of the Kyanthar River, designed to welcome visitors as they come across the bridge headed for Baldur's Gate. It's renowned for its enormous diversity of shrines and places of worship, roadside altars and idols and home-based temples. And from here you can see Worms Crossing ahead of you, with Worms Rock in the middle. Worms Crossing leads across the Kyanthar River to the road known as the Coastway, which is a section of the tradeway that runs past the Cloakwood and then past Candlekeep. So you head on to Worms Crossing there, and this is like two great bridges that are meeting at a tall rocky island that rises from the middle of the Kyanthar River. Buildings and merchant stalls line the sides of both bridges, making it impossible to see the river from the narrow, congested roadway that cuts between those structures. Wooden drawbridges connect the two bridges to a keep situated atop the island. The flags of Baldur's Gate and the Flaming Fist wave proudly above this fortress. And actually I've got an image of this Worms Crossing. And it looks like this. And at this point, Rhea shows up, or rather you kind of see her near the mouth of the bridge, and she's sort of sitting on this old, out of use sort of support that may have been part of an older building. And she sees you coming and greets you, and Fallister walks over and gives her crossbow back and thanks her for lending it to him. And as you prepare to head over this bridge, do you do anything?
Well, I mean, I want to ask her how her visit was, Everything good?
Everything is fine. It seems like everyone is doing okay. I gave them the news that soon they may be finally allowed to enter Baldur's Gate, if Commander Portier achieves what she said that she would try to. And many of them are excited to have a chance at re-beginning their lives. And of course I said goodbye to my sister, which was very sad, but she's known me my whole life, of course, and she understands that I must do this. I must protect Elturel if I can.
It's good to hear that everyone's okay. Is there anything else you think we should do before we go?
All right, so you head across this bridge, and it's very crowded. You're pushing through people coming this way and that, and there's a cart kind of stuck on the bridge trying to get around this crowd. And can everyone roll me a d20? Just a flat d20.
Oh.
I reckon Lena?
Yep. Sorry.
All good. Okay. Kenzie. What is your passive perception? Passive perception is 14. Nice. So, as you're walking through here, you feel that some locals try to kind of give you one final gift of Baldur's Gate by kind of bumping into you, and this other kind of sooty-faced character sort of tries to distract you and the group while this first person tries to bump into you and tries to lift an item from your clothing, maybe a purse or something like that, but you manage to see them trying to do this.
As I'm trying to conversate with the guy that's trying to distract me, kind of feel someone bump into me. Immediate reaction is going up with the hand and just grabbing his face. Oh no, you're back here.
You grab his face?
Yeah.
He's like, fuck! The other one just like bolts off into the crowd. It's like, oh, let me go, oh.
Oh, no. Baldur's Gate greeting meets Shanghai leaving, and I just turn him over and start dumping his shit.
What do? You like turn him over and like shake him upside down and like.
Yep.
Nice. Give me I guess if you're just doing that, yeah. Give me a strength check.
Okay. All right. Oh, for flavor, I should go into Giant Smite, but I can't. No. Let me pull it up real quick. Just strength?
Yeah. Oh no, sorry. I always do that. Give me athletics.
Okay. Athletics. No.
Nice. So like you're like shaking him upside down, and he seems like he's had like a lucrative day of like stealing things. You find like a bunch of silver coins drop out. There's like a sack that has some other coins in it, and like 2 silver necklaces, and also like a small like copper ring. All of these things like fall out of his pockets and land on the ground. It's like, let me go, please.
I pick out someone smaller than you, and I just like toss them out of the way as I collect my newfound earnings.
He lands on the ground unceremoniously. Ah! Devils, help! He tries to like run away and kind of get people's attention, but people kind of like look over at you and they're like, I'm not fucking with those guys. And they kind of like look at this kid and they get the idea that he's probably like a pickpocket, which he is. So they just ignore him and they get on with their business. Fine! Screw you all! Like runs off. And I'll say you find like maybe 5 gold pieces and 17 silver pieces. And yeah, these 2 like silver necklaces and a copper ring.
Oh, he had a good day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, now I've had a good day.
That was good. I didn't expect you to shake him upside down. Oh shit, does anyone remember what I said?
5 gold and 17 silver.
That sounds good.
17. Okay. And 2 silver necklaces and a copper ring?
Yep.
Great.
I think that was everything.
Alright.
Alright, and so then you continue to push through this throng and you come out the other side of Worm's Crossing. And as Worm's Crossing and Baldur's Gate disappear from view, you find yourselves travelling south. It's a 5-day journey along the coastway to reach Candlekeep. Although if you take a detour to the Cloakwood Peninsula, it'll likely delay the journey by at least a couple of days. Thankfully, the weather is warm, as it's early Tarsark, so you're heading into the spring months. The path is a wide dirt road, well-trodden, and it's not unusual to see other travellers, farmers pushing carts or draft horses pulling hay-filled wagons. Some of them tip their hats to you as you pass, while others draw cows over their heads and keep to themselves. And on the first night, you find a place to camp just off the road, and you light a campfire and eat some food and whatnot. Well, actually, you should probably choose if you eat some food. Does everyone eat some food? You'd need to, like, maybe use a ration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll also pass around a bottle of fine wine that I've stored.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So fine wine. Where do you get the fine wine? Oh yeah. So you've got
I
some
got it
fine
from the
wine, yeah.
kitchens, I think.
Nice. And yeah, you're kind of like settling down to sleep. You can brush your teeth with twigs and herbs, polish your armor maybe. And at this point, let's do I want to do a round, just a player order round. If everyone wants to like say what they're doing while they're camping, what interactions they might have, if they want to like discuss anything, or share anything, or maybe like work on something, or if they're just like keeping to themselves or whatever. So yeah, just like player order, starting with Marker.
Okay. I think that's a nice night. I'm assuming that the moon's visible as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So Marker will be, if you haven't noticed, he is Circle of the Moon Druid. So he'll be actually. No, I'll just for other plays. So he'll be actually. He's in his like element at the time. Like this is the time where he finds himself. So he's pondering about what he's come across, the notes, the maps. You know, he's been looking for. He's been looking for his home, and he's just on. He's not on edge, but he's just like this is the closest he's been for a long time, and he gets this feeling that things are starting to look up for him. And also while doing that, he will also have his newly acquired moon, his scimitar. Was it
Moon Touch Scimitar?
Yeah, Moon Touch Scimitar, and attuning to that with his ruby of what's it called? Jeez, I know all this down. The War Mage ruby, yeah. So he'll be combining those to his War Mage, because with the War Mage, I'll just explain to the other players, you can actually embed that into a weapon, and that will become his focus. So that's what he's working on under the moon. So it's his like backup focus when casting spells.
Nice. Okay, Jean Lemore.
Okay, so Jean Lemore is gonna play a little song about his love itself, love for small creatures, and love for Maribel. And he's just saying a little more patience, and we'll see her again. I'll see her again. And then he's gonna look at Clancy and wonder what to do. He might turn to Ethel and be like, "Oh, Ethel, look at my boy Clancy. He's growing up, and I don't know what to do with him. Oh, my. Ethel, you are wise. You have seen the world. What would you do?"
Well, I thought stand-up comedian was a really good idea.
Oh, thank you. But no, Clancy is not cut out for a life of talking.
The life of talking is such a funny phrase. Can you just mean talking at all?
Clancy's studying to be a psychiatrist.
He's a good listener.
I think Ethel, like, very seriously turns to Jean Lemore and is like, "Have you asked Clancy? Sometimes you have to let people grow up."
Oh, you're right. Very wise.
Clancy's like just standing there. I assume you guys are sitting, perhaps. But he's just like standing there in his cloak, like staring off into the distance, like just staring at nothing, like just inanimate, like right next to you while you're talking about him. And Ethel.
I think Ethel is attuning to her new gloves, and I think she's like looking around at this party, and she's like, they all are so dangerous, and Ethel is going to be dangerous. She's going to grab things out of the air and stuff like that, and collect scimitars. I think there's a big focus on if she wants to be able to help the people she wants to help, she has to maybe be a little stronger than she is now, and so She's gonna look at these gloves. Just, I don't know, stare at them in the darkness until she's like, I understand. I understand how to catch things now.
I guess that's what a tuning entails.
Yeah, you just staring until you're until you understand.
Like, I get it. Your hand goes in there, and each finger gets a separate finger.
Not 2 fingers in the one.
Yeah,
whole, like,
that's what I was confused
doing
about.
that wrong before. Someone has to come over and like put fingers into the correct place in the gloves.
I think she's got it.
It's not actually something that requires a 2 minute all. Ethel just needs time to understand.
All right, cool. Janara.
Cheryl will be kind of enjoying the nice wine. Probably do a little bit of a cheers at one point with the group, and then he just kind of looks a little disheveled and well worn. And he's happy. He's got a good big smile on his face as he kind of ponders a timepiece in his one hand and just kind of fingering something in his bag in the other, just kind of contemplating the world and what he wants. And I think that's about it, as he does it by the fire and just kind of looking up to the sky every so often, and just music is spot on, by the way. This is awesome.
Yes, very atmospheric. I like it.
Yeah, I really like this track as well. It's cool.
Yeah.
Alina.
Yeah, I think she's just kind of taking things in, not super chatty, kind of just letting everybody, just kind of absorbing what's going on and all the goings on of the last little bit. And not a whole lot today. Alina's dozy.
Okay, cool. And lastly, Kenzie.
Definitely partaking of the wine, definitely partaking in the cheers, definitely partaking in the liveliness of conversations. And maybe telling like a few kind of like comical stories that happen on ship, on travel. Just kind of like just to continue with this like cheery atmosphere, but definitely after like when we start doing watches and stuff for the night and kind of like gets some time to alone, he definitely kind of like looks at the shield and like takes it up and like looks at this like scary visage and just goes like, so what exactly did you do to our captain friend? Just like starts to have a conversation of like, what did you do
To the captain friend? Oh, to Zodge.
Yeah.
I have great power. If you continue to carry me, I will bestow upon you as much of that power as I am able. But trapped within this shield, I am limited in my ability to use it. If you free me, I will make you more powerful than anyone in this entire land.
Do you have any inkling how that could be done?
I was trapped in this shield by a great evil. I believe this evil resides within the 9 hells, perhaps in Avernus. It is great luck indeed that your path seems to take you there. For perhaps if we can find those who entrapped me, I may finally be released.
So, the current bargain between the two of us, I help free you from your shieldy confines. if we have to take some serious conflict into Avernus, you aid me in such conflicts to all that you can do, not just minor nitpicking of a few, say, minions. No, like fully aid us in possibly a big conflict.
Of course. I can tell that you enjoy combat. I will make you truly indomitable. You will do wonderful things with me before you. Terrible things.
This is like the beautiful start to like the Fiend Warlock right here, but I can't do that. or whatever this entity is. I don't want to assume stuff, but all right. I would shake your hand if you had one.
Perhaps one day you will. If you set me free, I will shake your hand and then I will fly again. Bright as the sun, and all shall rejoice. I will set things right. I will turn darkness to day.
Neat.
And so, how do you go about sleeping on this fine evening?
Oh, I cast Tiny Hut, and we all get in the little tiny hut.
Ooh, nice. You can certainly do that. Nice. What does the hut look like from the outside? What?
It looks like a tiny portable library, and then everyone is really disappointed because you can't go in and get books.
Wait, on the inside? I think on the outside it should just look like basically a dome.
Yeah, I think it just looks like a dome. But you said, how does it look? And I'm gonna go to the library every time. That's
well,
me.
just what color is it?
What it is
No, it's a tiny. No, it's just I don't know. I think it'd be very dark, like a navy or something like that, so it kind of blends in with the night. It'd be funny if you were just walking around and you just bonked into like a dome in the middle of the night.
What sorcery is this? All right, keep it down. People are sleeping in here. Oh, sorry. Wait, what?
Hey, there's a whole navy in here. Sorry. So you can all crowd into this naval hut.
A little crowded.
It looks like a library in there. And when you're inside there as well, Rhea also tells you a story of how she escaped the Flaming Fist. She says, after they captured me at the Basilisk Gate, they put me in a prison cart, bound for the sea tower of Baldur. But the rusty latch on the door in the back was no match for my kick. I managed to drop off and disappear into the crowd, and I found a smithy willing to break my irons. Luckily, I had some gold hidden in my armor. After that, as you know, I wasn't sure what I could do exactly, especially as I couldn't get into the upper city, so I'm glad you all came along again. I know now that it is my destiny to go with you to Candlekeep. And so, you can all have a long rest, obviously. I don't think you need it at this point.
Well, it's just to add hit die anyway.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. But, Alina, as happened some days ago, you settle down to meditate in the way that you normally would, but something seems a little bit off.
Oh no, the music.
You close your eyes and expect to go into your past lives as usual, or perhaps to enjoy the dreams that are often sent to you by your patron, Sehanine Moonbow. But instead, you're drawn away somewhere else. And suddenly you find yourself walking along a path again. But this path is unlike the path from the anxious vision you had previously. This time, instead of a tunnel leading down through earth and rock, you're traversing a shining white path that stretches through empty space, sparkling almost as though there are universes of stars somehow contained within it. It isn't long before you come to a crossroads where another path, identical to your own, passes by you and heads off in another direction. You feel no fear at first, only curiosity. You're filled with wonder and confidence and glad to be here. You almost skip along as you come to other crossings, deciding with caprice which way to go at random, as if this were a world of your own making, a playground of adventure.
But then the path you're on begins to shake. Only a tremor at first, but soon it grows, and you hear a terrifying sound in the darkness, a sort of clicking and tapping sound, echoing in the void, though echoing seems like it should be impossible. And this sound is coming towards you, and now the path feels suddenly much narrower than it did before, and you wonder whether it changed or if you simply hadn't noticed. In fact, it's so narrow that you worry you'll lose your balance as if you're standing on a tightrope. You're forced to kneel and take hold of it with your hands to avoid being shaken off by the vibrations. And then you look up and you see it. An enormous black spider, not far off now, approaching you with terrifying speed, its long spindly legs bridging the pathways of rope, which you now recognize as webs, its fangs clicking hungrily as it comes for you. You're flooded with very different emotions from before. You fear you made a terrible mistake coming here, a horrible, sad, and lonely mistake. But you have no time to wallow as the giant spider is nearly upon you. You brace yourself for the unknown and you jump into the darkness. You fall and fall for what seems like hours, but then the space around you begins to take form and it becomes apparent that you're not falling downwards at all, but rather upwards. You pass up and up through rocks and stone, and then through earth and mud and roots, and then you burst out into the open and come to stand on the surface. The blue sky stretches above you, and the great crater of Elturel gapes below you. It's still on fire, and you can hear those familiar screams and smell that familiar smoke. You see devils roaming the landscape, chasing terrified humans through the outskirts of the city's remains, and you're overcome by a terrible sadness, one that eclipses even the sadness you felt when you saw Elturel disappear the first time. You begin to cry, though it isn't for the people of Elturel, it's for something else, it's for yourself. Somehow you have the strange and confusing feeling that you may never be seen again, that you've passed away somewhere along with Elturel, gone into a world of fire and fear and pain. You're not dead, at least not yet. But a great doom hangs all around you, and you fear that it may not be long before you're torn from the world of Tyrell forever.
Jeez. Okay.
And then you wake up. You wake up with tears streaming down your cheeks and a terrible sense of loneliness that takes some time to pass. And you realize 4 hours have gone by, and unfortunately you miss out on the benefits of a long rest. But it's still very early and everyone else is sleeping, so... do you do anything early in the morning?
Yeah, that's pretty intense. I mean, I guess I kind of like maybe wake up and take a walk just to kind of clear my head and try to relax.
So you can certainly take a walk around. There doesn't appear to be any danger. The landscape is like quite cold, even though it's kind of headed into spring, and you can just hear the wind and some kind of night birds, and the moon is out and everything. It's very peaceful out here. You can sort of calm down out here. And also, I'm sorry, I know you don't like spiders.
Oh no, spiders bad.
Well, you did choose a half drow with a sister that went to the Underdarks. But yeah, you can still kind of head back and get a rest or meditate out in nature or do whatever you would like to do, and everyone can have a long rest, of course, including you. And you all can wake up probably around like 5 bells or something, and emerge from this tiny hut. And is there anything that anyone else wanted to do before sort of continuing the journey south?
I've got nothing.
Okay.
Not me.
Me neither.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Alright, so I'll show you this map of the area. I guess... what do I have here? I suppose probably just this map that Marker has. Where the hell was it? Oh, level 4 handouts. This thing.
So, yeah, like some of you would have knowledge about this area if you've traveled along here, or maybe you've read about it. But you essentially, as you're kind of heading south along the coastway, you have three choices. You can head directly along the coast if you wanted to head for the peninsula. I don't know if that's what you want to do, but if you did, you can also head around to the Friendly Arm, which is like this small hamlet along the way, or you can attempt to pass through the Cloakwood. I'm not sure where you want to go to eventually at this moment, but those are your three options. And maybe what I'll do is call it there for the session, and you can like have a think about where you might want to go until the next session, just because it seems like kind of a reasonable stopping point.
All right.
I feel like I need to take a little walk after hearing that dream. Spiders. Ooh, that